on a day now. I don't want to come with a 3 face. No wahala. We see there for now. Please, our Benin people, request the mic. We're going to be bringing you guys all up and ask your questions with the hashtag Ask Olumide Akpata. Only questions asked on the comment sections will be asked here on the platform. And just in case you don't get a chance to speak or asking questions, but we're going to do all our best to make sure we bring everybody up to asking questions. But before that, you must have retweeted the space or liked the space. That is how we do things over here. Thank you very much, and God bless you. All right. Before I look at the let's. When how is the retweet number doing? Are we doing well? Can we, or the week or not our break? Or make I even play some safe.
I mean, it's not bad, but we can do better. I think.
Let's take a music break. Let's take a music break. Olumide Akpata, see us we like things and rice. Labour Party, I will never leave your side. I will never ever, I dedicate my time to you, my people. Even if the road is rough and no time, just together we shall stand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still up here. Tonight is the Violence Space 101 with Olumide Akpata, the LP gubernatorial candidate of Edo State. And he's here live with us. He has been serenading us with his wonderful, I'm not trying to hype you, but I think the intelligence here is top notch. Edo, you cannot miss something like this. That's just me, Odim, my own 2 cents. So, you guys, now you people can see. Thank you very much. I don't know how, are we good to go? Are we good to go? Okay, I think we are good to go. Yes, we are good to go. My Wala record artist, Jimmy has given us a thumbs up, so we are good to go. So, all right, guys, let's keep the space up and running. Let me bring in my sister right now, sweet child. Let me bring you to the atmosphere right now, and let's ask Olumide a question. Sweet child, you have the space in a minute. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for having us, and thank you for having a governor to be here. Before I ask my question, I just want to let His Excellency know that right behind you, you've got supporters, and we will keep ensuring that we fight, defend anything that has to do with Olumide Akpata, Labour Party, and the Obedient Movement. So I would like to ask this question. We've been seeing this news going around often, and I would like you to clear the area so it will just be done and dusted. We don't have to revisit it. We don't have to keep saying all that. We just know that we move straight to grassroots. So now, Edo State made a firm decision to eradicate godfatherism, right? And we are actually very determined to keep it that way. We don't want to repeat it. We don't want to have anything that has to do with godfatherism. So there are a whole lot of rumors, right, circulating that Obaseki is your godfather, Obaseki is backing your candidacy, Obaseki is the one pushing you, Obaseki is this, Obaseki is that. Could you please help us confirm this accuracy, if it's true or not? Just let us have your response to this. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, did you hear that?
Thank you, sweet child. Yes, I did. Can you hear me?
Perfectly, sir. Go on.
So I still make a first thank him for the very, very heartwarming comments and show of support. I'm really grateful. And I hope that I'm able to justify the confidence to repost. To your question, I was asked this question on Rise TV a couple of weeks ago, probably a month ago, and I told him, I said, head the big pass on kind cap, right? So I've heard the rumor. It's been bandied around over and over again. It's a broken record as far as I'm concerned. Yes, I know His Excellency Governor Obaseki is a family friend. Benin's, most of our families are related one way or the other. So, but the truth is that the Obasekis and the Akpatas have a long-standing relationship, right? So we can't deny that. And also, I am an Edo man who has lived in Lagos for over 25 years, just like Godwin Obaseki lived in Lagos before he returned home to be governor. So, of course, our paths have crossed over. He was in the capital markets. I'm a corporate lawyer. So there's no doubt that we don't know ourselves. Now, my senior bros, they don't hide that one. However, now that the matter ends. That is where the matter ends. I am not his stooge. I totally disagree with his style of governance. I think for me, if you ask me, he fall our hands, because many of us had hoped that when he went to Benin to be governor, there will be a total change in the narrative, but nothing has changed. I think we're worse off after 7 years of Obaseki. So, and I keep on saying this, that it's not how do I put it? I can say this from now till tomorrow. Who won't believe what they won't believe, they go believe them. But the truth of the matter is, we all know who is Obaseki's candidate. So I don't know why we are running away from the truth. That individual has emerged at the primaries of the PDP. I'm in the Labour Party. That individual has been a part of his government for the last 8 years as his chief economic advisor. That individual, before that, those 8 years, was a member of the economic management team of the previous government. That is his choice. So all this one, when they talk, say, Olu is his choice, Olu is his choice, I don't understand. It really, the matter tire me, really, because I have made it clear to everybody who cares to listen that, it's night and day. I totally distance myself from that government. And I think Edo has been underserved by that government. And Labour Party is here to the rescue. Because Labour Party is Papa, Mama, and Pekin. We are about the people. We are people-centric. That is not Obaseki style. That is not the PDP style. So we are here to make a difference. And another thing, and I've had to say this before. I know why this rumor is being bandied about. Because people who are banding that rumor about, or who are spreading that falsehood, know that if you are tagged with that label as an Obaseki stooge, you're dead on arrival. Because the people are anxious to see the back of the man. They don't want to see. They want him to get out of government house like yesterday. So, and they don't want him to leave any vestige of himself in government house. So anybody who is labeled an Obaseki stooge has no chance in hell to be governor of Edo State. So those who don't want me to emerge as governor have found it very convenient to call me an Obaseki stooge. That is the story. And I asked again on national television a couple of months ago. I said, we must ask ourselves the question: why is it such a problem? If the man had even performed well, many of us would be scrambling to say yes, so now he send us. He has performed so badly. I don't want to have anything to do with his administration or with him, because at least because the guy, he fall our hand, So I am not his agent. I am not his stooge. I am not representing him. I'm my own man, and as we go on, we will demonstrate this, and we will show people, and the people are actually discerning. They know, they can tell that this is just a dummy that is being sold to the good people of Edo State. We are here to make a difference. The people matter. We are here to deal with the people's issues, make it front burner, make it priority. Obaseki does not have empathy, doesn't have compassion. Those are key ingredients required in anybody who is in public office. Empathy, compassion. You must be interested in the people. I feel for the people. That's why I left private sector. I have left my life as a corporate lawyer to come home and make a difference. So, sweet child, please tell anybody who comes up with this conspiracy theory that is bunkum. It's utter rubbish. I not be Obaseki agent. The person, the big person thing. By the way, which message you want to send me? Now the road when not her, school when hospital when not do. Now that message you want to send me. I beg, we leave that matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sal. I be want tell you say, as you just talk, say now the road when you not do, Now the hospital when you abandon, but then another one want to send you. Thank you. Say you help us clear the air. And these people when they go around, they talk, say apparently you want to continue with person where they already fail. You want to continue with the governors. And they tell them, say, not lie. Say the person when we know, the Oludi when we know, enough fit. And tell you say it already clear. And I go like actually also mention, say I be better Edo Central lady. Straight from
Correct.
my mama na Ekpoma, my mama na papa na Ekpoma, east and west. So we know better thing. We know they follow. We know they do say, oh, say na what turn. No, no, no. We don't already see say we not fit continue with it. You know our side now. You know see how they take abandon them. And they
Yes,
dey
ma'am.
very very happy say you know just be ordinary Nigerian. You're not gonna be ordinary barrister, lawyer. You can't be obedient because we know say every obedient now obedient when get conscience, obedient when get integrity, obedient when we know say you feel work for the people and you know you are there for the Edo people. And I would say a very thing. I don't really even dey congratulate you now.
So
Congratulations, you are
I collect
excellent.
them. I receive
I
them. I
believe
collect them.
I believe you. I believe you. Thank you very much. And we look forward to working with you. Like I said earlier, we will not take this lightly. We will ensure that LP takes it and we'll ensure that Oludi becomes the governor of Edo State. Thank you. I yield.
I appreciate Saddam. If you just give me 1 second to respond,
Go
not
on,
vex,
sir.
eh?
Go on.
I thank you very, I thank you very much, and you are spot on. Eh? You see, number one, whoever this matter na referendum, this election when we dey talk when they come so, who want make Obaseki continue? Make him vote for PDP candidate. Who want make Obaseki go house, carry a load, everything come out Benin, vote for Labour Party? It was in a night and day, total difference. I happy say you mentioned Edo Central, but yeah, see, I went round Edo State 3 times, and Edo Central 3 times, and what I have seen, it just convinced me say I made the right decision to run for office. This matter, I not be here. When I start my campaigning again after Easter, I will go with my video camera. I'm going to do vlogs. Make una see as matter bad reach for Edo State. Make una see as this matter reach for Edo State. I recently renovated the school in Ewato, in Edo Central. If you remember that school, now the school when children they lie down for top their belly, they they take notes for class.
Remember,
Yeah, I got to go there now. As nobody agreed do, I go there, go do it now. If they like me, they talk in politics, not concern me. I go do them because we don't know whether president will come up for that school, whether governor will come up for that school. So I go do them because they don't care about our people. So all those talk of monkey, a leopard cannot change his spots. Obaseki day where he did, me I day where I did. I thank you, sweet child, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sweet child, for that wonderful convo and question. All right, let's keep the conversation rolling, guys. Let me check. I go there. I'm going to be holding this, You see, they say you people are a product. Your leaders are a product of the people. Una go dey shout, don't lie, sir, you. Things are hard, though. Una hand self hard. Like you people on this space, you people are the problem. You people are the Binance that's making Naira go high. I don't feel just retreat space. I don't feel just share space.
So now make I suspect.
Eh?
It be like say this way that they talk now. It be like say about do many pass
children of the roasted corn. You don't call them what they are. Children of the roasted corn. And children of the burnt Meccano generator. Please retweet the space and share the space. So are you people not getting knowledge? Are you not getting knowledge? What people don't hear, we're not licking microphone here. We are speaking to facts. No licking microphone like ice cream. All right, let's keep the conversation rolling. JJ, are you ready to come in right now? If not, I'm going to pass the mic over back to Steven. Sorry, back to Steven, then I'll come to Bells. Well, Nigeria, if you have a question, you can always come in with your question. JJ, if you're not ready, are you ready, please?
I'm ready. I'm here.
Okay, JJ, you have the space. Please, in a minute, ask your question.
Yeah. Leader, Domosa. Saddam, thank you very much. Stephen, I agree the house. I want to quickly ask, sir. So, how do you intend to combat the menace caused by crime in Edo State when you become the governor? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much. This one, this is a question that is so important. For me, I am going to attack that problem frontally, and the first thing to do is just create outlets for our young people. It's a question that speaks to the issue of our youth in Edo State, and the fact that there's a total, almost near total failure of government to provide opportunities for the youth. Now, I went to the University of Benin. I graduated in 1992. So I'm not unfamiliar with cultism. But when I go school, when people do cult finish, as they graduate for the cult, they go face life. But what we find today is that these young people take cultism, carry and enter town, they turn themselves into contractors to these horrible politicians who have weaponized this thing and then use them as agents for their dastardly enterprise. And every election cycle, these young kids offer themselves and they are used by people when they will use their children for that kind of thing. All their children, they London. They use them for that kind of stuff. So for me, we are going to create opportunities. Firstly, because cultism has even gone to our secondary schools. It's not just in universities. So firstly, we must create outlets for vocational education, more opportunities for the young people to gain employment. Look at the entertainment sector. There's a whole value chain there that the state can invest in so that we have job opportunities for the young people. Who go join cult when they get work? Who go join cult when they get work? He can put food on the table. Who go join cult when he fit take care of his family? You understand what I mean? So it's a double whammy. It's a double tragedy, really, because number one, you don't give them opportunity. Then number two, you now go and introduce them or use them for this all sorts of perfidious activities. So it's a tragedy in more ways than one. And so for me, as a matter of deliberate and intentional policy, we must first and foremost zero tolerance for this cultism. It not go work. When we did government house, Labour Party, it not go work. So we know there are young people, we know they call us, we're not going to leave this thing. We're not going to leave this thing. And we will tell them. And then they hear what? But we will also add to that options and alternatives. We'll put options and alternatives on the table. So not be say, you just come and say, come on this thing, and you don't give them opportunity options. So job creation, opportunities for vocational education, opening the space in other sectors where I use the entertainment industry as an example again. This the value chain, even if it's just getting people to learn how to work in the concert, the music concert sector. There's so much opportunity there. Sound engineers, those who help with even creating the stage, the set design, and all of those things. There's so much going on in all of these sectors, so that I think we can create opportunities for ventilation, outlets for these young people to express themselves in a multifaceted ways. But because our politicians and those who are in power in the other parties are self-serving, so they keep these guys because they don't say they're going to need them for front. Labour Party, we don't need cultists. The people are with Labour. We don't need any cultists to enforce anything. We will not indulge in that kind of brigandage. So I will attack it frontally. I'm not a stranger to the issue. I know people who are involved in this kind of shenanigans, and we're going to call them and tell them that the game is up. We're not going to agree. It just will not happen under my watch. But like opportunities and alternatives, so that this is not a case of at all. You know what I mean? Because as we say, at all, and bad pass. Sure that you give them alternatives, so that there is incentive to do away with behavior. This very antisocial. This very I don't even know. I am lost for words to describe the next that is called state today. Thank you, Joshua.
All right, thank you very much, Joshua. Joshua. Thank you, guys. We are still up here. It's Violence Peace, one-on-one with Olumide Akpata. First half has just finished. We'll be going to the second half. Please, as we always treat the space, share the space. Let's get more people into the conversation. I want to remind you something on this platform. This is a recorded space. You're being listened to by thousands of people across different platforms, and your words will be held before you someday. You've said some things here that I will come back here on this platform because you don't give me shishi. When you enter there and you do anyhow, now me go sit there here, drag you. I'm saying this now to your face and to the thousands of people listening to you here right now. You said you'll be coming back on Violence Space. Maybe when you go enter there, when I call you, you say, I am too busy. We will remind you. You said it.
Saddam, I don't run, no. Boss,
No wahala, sir.
I don't run. May God keep all of us, give us long life. So, because as you see me, I don't put water for mouth when I talk. I don't pull my punches. So as I talk, I say
no wahala,
and you can hold me to
Thank
my
you
word.
very much. I will hold you to your words when the time comes. Let's keep the conversation rolling. Let me bring in right now. I'm going to take my co-host again. One more question each. Then I will bring the question. I'll take it down to all the listeners. I'm going to be bringing speakers up right now. So please, we'll be prioritizing with people from Edo State first. Please, we will be prioritizing with his people that are going to vote. So whatever divide you're on, because I know there's a big elephant in the room, and probably if none of them ask that question, I'm going to ask the question myself. So I will be bringing up wherever you are, wherever you stand in the divide, as long as you're obedient, as long as you are a do-light on this platform, please request the mic. You will have a chance to ask questions here. It is not a one-sided, no, give me one couple. I just want every do-light to have a chance to speak to this man because I think he's man enough to answer your questions. So please, guys, bring it on. Let me pass the mic right now to Sarah. Are you ready to ask your question, or do I go back to Pearls or Mr. Stevens? Sarah, are you there? All the Nigerian people on our network. That's MTN also run away. MTN don't run. Every company they run from Nigeria now, like say, right? They say they do Olympics. So let me talk to people that are Steven, Nigeria, USA. I can trust your network.
Nigeria, when His Excellency comes, he will work with the federal government to fix data, internet infrastructure in Nigeria. It's a crime, actually, not to have good internet service in 2024. That's not my question. Your Excellency, thank you so much. I've been grinning from ear to ear. You are really a very, very passionate and a likable person. Your ideas are spot on, and I want to quickly rush to my question before Saddam ring bell. My question is, Your Excellency, Edo State has the highest number of citizens based in diaspora. Don't quote me on I don't have the numbers, but naturally, now we many pass for the diaspora based on our number compared to other states in Nigeria. It is rumored that every house in Edo has a family in Europe or North America. How do you intend to engage this vital demography to ensure they buy into your agenda and support your campaign and also return home to invest in the modern Edo you are envisioning?
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have the numbers too, but you are not too far off the mark. It is a huge number of our people who are in the diaspora, and it is a major resource that has, however, to my mind and in my view, has remained untapped in ways that would be optimal. I think it's quite disappointing because, like I said, it's a huge resource. We know how many of our people are out there passionate about home. Diaspora remittances to Edo State, I mean, is phenomenal, and I don't think it's equal in any other part of the country. Again, like you, I'm not going to bandy number. I'm not going to say hold me to these numbers, but this is the feedback we get. So the question is, why are we not utilizing this group of people optimally or effectively? And so I definitely intend to use them because it is in my enlightened self-interest to do so. Uh, I mentioned the school. I renovated a block of classrooms in the school in Ewato, in Edo State, and I tell you what, the school authorities were afraid to engage with me because there just seems to be an unwritten rule that people who want to help out in that manner are not exactly welcome. And I've engaged with the diasporans, some of them, and they have told me that they are always, whenever they try to engage or they try to work with government, they are met with red tape, bureaucracy, and of course, a lack of transparency. So they are discouraged, and they just keep their monies to themselves or try and intervene directly. But the result of intervention is that it's haphazard, it is not organized, so you don't get the kind of value you want from that kind of intervention. So for me, it's not rocket science at all. It's a no-brainer. We know where our people are in the Americas, in Europe. We will engage with them. We will set up a PPP office, or at least a department in the PPP office for this purpose. There are people who travel to the Netherlands from Udo, from EC, forgive me, from Igwabazua. There are people who traveled from Abudu and who are passionate about their home, who want to come back to a better society and are ready to contribute to that. So there must be a way to harness that resource. And so for me, I intend to engage with them. It's just all about inclusion. Let them know that you consider them to be important. Let them know that you value their contributions, and don't talk down on anybody. Nobody has a monopoly over all ideas, or nobody's a repository of all wisdom. You must take in their own counsel, their own contribution. So I recognize this resource for what it is. Is a potential. How do I put it? It will actually transform Edo State if we're able to engage with our diasporans, and not just about money, Stephen. It's not just about money. We have very skilled Edolites in the diaspora, very skilled Edolites, and we need those skill sets to come and help us leapfrog our economy. So not just about bringing their money, but we want to bring back their skill sets. We want to bring them back home to help us grow areas of the economy. I was talking to Sweetheart just now about rerouting or redirecting our youth. I believe it was Sweetheart. And one area that we need help from our diaspora is sports development. I cry every time. I've been to Afuze 3 times now, and I look at the sports institute that was set up by our father, Brigadier General Samuel Ugbemudia. And the place has gone to, I mean, it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's a mess. I was speaking with the former Minister of Education just yesterday, and he said to me that is something that former Minister of Sports, Sunday Diary, and he was just telling me that we must revive the Afuze Institute, and we need help from our diasporans to do this. We need private sector participation. Because once we can get sports going again in Edo State, once we can start to tap that, start to catch them young, and harness the talents of our young people. Once you can train them in athletics, in football, in basketball, in all of those sports, you will see a drop in criminality and all this cultism. That is one outlet that is attractive to the young people. But we need the help of our diaspora. So I always scratch my head in amazement when I see all of these opportunities available, and our governments are doing nothing. Our government is doing nothing or near nothing about it. That will change under our watch when Labour Party gets into Osadebe Avenue. Thank you, Stephen.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's pass the mic right now to Edo Lights. Edo Lights, please, if you're not Edo Lights, No vex. So we're gonna allow every other person come up and ask questions, but let's take Edolites first. It is their home. This is an answer that is going to govern them and asking questions. So we that are outsiders, please calm down. I see we have over 100 and plus of you guys requesting for the mic. Please, we're going to take Edolites first before bringing another person. If the time, extra time, we'll bring other people. Thank you very much. All right, let's go on real quick right now. I think Pels, you have a last question for him, or Pels, please go on with your last question, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sirdam. So my last question is, Your Excellency, I am a nursing practitioner and also a PhD student, and my research is in a health-related topic. So I'm very much interested in knowing what your plans are for the health sector in Edo. And I also like to know what your views are on healthcare insurance and how do you intend to implement these views? Thank you. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Thank you very much. Healthcare and healthcare. What are our plans for the healthcare sector? Great question. Thank you for the opportunity. You may not know, I'm the child of a doctor. My father is a doctor. He's 84 this year. He's 84, but I grew up in the house of a doctor. So healthcare is a human right. Healthcare is a human right, and I'm glad you're a healthcare professional. And so maybe as we have this conversation, you might tell me whether I'm being naive or not. But the first thing that bothers me is the fact that our primary healthcare, we just pay lip service to the issue of primary healthcare, the primary healthcare system where you're supposed to have primary healthcare centers. Is I understand it to be the hub and spoke model. These primary healthcare centers feed the tertiary institutions. There's no reason why Mama Osayande would have to take little Osayande to Central Hospital or to UBTH in Ubo just because he has a migraine or something. And each government, each aspirant or each candidate comes and tells us how they will do so much in the healthcare sector, how they will, in the health sector they will set up primary healthcare centers, and I'm just amazed that it just never happens. They don't exist. Where they exist, there's no personnel, there's no equipment, there's no medication, and this is something that is for the people. So in England, we know the NHS has been there for what, since 1948 or thereabout, and it keeps on going. It has its stresses, it has its strains, but it keeps on going. We do not even bother. So I mean, healthcare, as far as I'm concerned in Nigeria, and I ask my medical doctor friends to forgive me, it just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. At least not at the level where you find the bulk of the people. And again, I repeat, it's a human right. But so what do I plan to do in Edo State? We will deal with it at that basic level. Primary healthcare issues must be dealt with. We must adopt the should I call it the Zenith Bank model? You will find a primary healthcare system as a center at every turn. I mean, nobody need to walk more than 5 minutes to get to somewhere where they can receive medical attention. I mean, that's the gold standard. So we will address that firstly, and then also again, this is why I refer to our Edo diasporans. I don't know if you've been to Charlotte in North Carolina, and you see all our doctors who are there, and we have so many of our people who in the medical space who can come and help lift us out of the doldrums. And for me, we will need to ensure that while we deal with the primary healthcare centers, we address the issues of our tertiary institutions. And it's all about priority. It's all about will. If you want to do it, you will do it. And so, and this is a perfect point to segue into your second question, which is about insurance. Because insurance, insurance is, how do I put it? It's a condition precedent for healthcare delivery in any jurisdiction, because you need good healthcare, and good healthcare costs money. So the insurance, I mean, I have been on Bupa in the United Kingdom now for what 21 years. I'm also insured here in Nigeria. There is no way you can access healthcare if there's no proper insurance system. We have private insurance here in Nigeria, but not accessible to most of the populace. So when I was president of the Nigerian Bar Association, one of the first things I did was to give free cover to our lawyers, about 1,000 plus lawyers we enrolled into the NHI, what was then the NHIS, but now the NHIA in Nigeria, to make sure that lawyers across board get cover, and the system with all these stops and starts, at least it worked, but it is something that must be built upon. Delta State, our sister state, have already, I mean, Dr. Okowa, the immediate past governor, is a medical doctor, so I guess he understood it. So they've already put in place a health insurance system in Delta State. So you can be certain that one of the first things I will do as governor of Edo State is to put a health. And I know the people who did it in Delta. I know those I have so many contacts in the medical space, and I will. That's one of the first things we will do. Health insurance first, so that people can, civil servants, market women, can access healthcare, and then we will put the infrastructure in place, primary healthcare centers, and then the tertiary institutions. So for me, it's not rocket science. It's the absence of will, absence of political will, or it's just, again, like I said, this government is lacking in compassion and lacking in empathy. That's why this issue is not a front burner issue to them. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I hope that was well answered. Before I come, okay, Steve, let me come to you, and I'll take some questions from the comment section before I start bringing up our questions from the request here. So please, Steve, you have asked your second question, right?
Yes, I have. I think Sarah wanted to get Sarah to ask. I have asked my question.
Okay, I'm here.
All right,
now.
Sarah, go ahead.
Hi.
Are you on top of a tree?
What's that? Saddam, what did
Are
you
you
say?
standing on top of a tree? Because the last time your network was shaking like somebody's hand. But please ask your question.
I went to stand on my village tree. On the village that's our wall. We won Benin. We won the wall. That's the tree that I'm currently standing on. So can I go ahead, guys?
If you are down from the tree, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, so I have a series of questions, yeah, but let me just start with one.
No, sorry, please, just one, please.
No, I will start
No,
with
you
one.
ask just one, please. You have other people to ask question, and just one. So choose your most important question, please.
No. Okay, let me ask one first. Okay, His Excellency, welcome to our worldwide space, and once again, congratulations. I actually wanted to ask you, because currently the debt level of Edo State is ridiculously high. There's debt level as of 2024 to be over 400 billion. But the one that is actually confirmed is about around 2022, which is around 223 billion. So with the whole issue that is currently happening with Edo State right now, because the current government hasn't done anything as regards infrastructure, especially towards one of the greatest pinpoints of Edo State, which is agriculture and the agro-allied industries. So the infrastructure, especially on road, water supply, and as well as these industries, what are you going to do about level? Are you going to say, or are you going to try to reduce that debt, build infrastructure, or we are just going to go straight into infrastructure and not worry about that debt level? Because if we are looking at it in a way of ensuring it actually makes of IJR, would you jump into the infrastructure and work on it? Because that's not what this current government is doing. This current
Sarah,
government is
please,
saying,
let's try and keep the question as short as possible, please.
oh, sorry, this current government is saying that the debt level is so high, and also that most of this project is supposed to be done by the federal because they don't have money for it. So are you going to are you going to see how you can reduce the debt level and not work on so many projects, or you're just going to say, okay, well, let's do the project first and then see what happens? So that's my question. That's my first question.
Thank you, Sarah. It's a long question, but we will get there. Debt level. Okay, so let me even shock you and let me probably depress you a bit. Yes, 2022, 223 billion. But the figures that I have at my disposal and time, these are DMO. These are my sources. My source is the DMO Debt Management Office. I do know well over 500 billion at the moment, right? This is the information I have. I stand to be corrected. But I tell you what, I have no problem with debt. All I say is that a responsible borrower must pay his or her debt as and when due. But debt is a fact of life, fact of commerce, fact of development. So I have no problem with debt. But the problem is, what do you borrow for? What do you use? You borrow money. Borrowing is not a crime. What is a crime is to borrow and not use the money for the purpose for which you took it, or to divert it to other sources. I mean, if you borrow, you must prioritize the people, because it is the same people or their children who will repay these loans. So it must be people-centric, people-focused projects that you borrow for. So yeah, so the government of the day borrowed money and built a modular refinery, but they forgot that the modular refinery will need a feedstock. So their plan was to truck the feedstock from that, which the feedstock being crude, and truck it to where the refinery is located. Borrowed to build it, and unfortunately, they forgot that there's no road, which speaks to your question of infrastructure. And so you have a project, White Elephant, as far as I'm concerned, for which you borrowed, and you are paying phenomenal interest in return. So it is. My question is, what do you borrow for? Right? And so there's a huge infrastructure deficit in Edo State. And so, I mean, I really can't see on ground, there is a disconnect between the figures that are being bandied around as the monies owed by Edo. And then what we see on ground is shocking, because if you borrowed so much, what did you use the money for? And it states that last time I checked, your combined income is somewhere in the 16 billion naira range per month. So you are doing 16 billion per month, which is, in any currency, is a chunk of change, right? So you are doing that kind of income, you are borrowing, and I can't see the results on ground. So I go around Benin, state capital, the roads are bad. It's about to start. The rains are here, are upon us again, and all our people have their hearts in their mouths, because just one day of rainfall, and you will find that the flooding will blow your mind. So we have drainage issues. So I will focus on debt repayment, yes, but please understand that I will not lose sleep over borrowing if we need to borrow. The question is, when we borrow, we must borrow and put it into sectors that can get returns, so we can pay down whatever it is we borrow. You mentioned agriculture. I will borrow for agriculture. I will definitely borrow for agriculture because of the multiplier effect on the economy. So that is an area that I'm so passionate about, because not only will you, through agriculture, you can feed your people, which is the very first thing. Coincidentally, I was listening to Dr. Adesina, the president of the African Development Bank, today on television. Same point he was making. You feed the people. First thing, you must feed your people. So if we invest in agriculture, we can feed the people, and not just farming. It is the entire value chain. So you're talking about investing in storage facilities, but more importantly, you must encourage the sector, because government must be a ready off-taker of produce. So government must organize itself in such a way, maybe with private sector partners, so that you can offtake, so that the farmer is guaranteed offtake, so that he is able to go back and plow the land again and plant again. You must also invest in irrigation technology, so that we can get the farms, we can get better yields. Or beyond irrigation technology, you must also work with our research institute, so that we are getting better yields, and we're also ensuring that the farmers are doing a quick turnaround. And you are encouraging, or you are enabling all year-round production in our farms. But beyond that, you recognize that the agricultural sector can easily be one of the largest employers of labor. So the youth that we're talking about previously can get employed. So it's the whole value chain. You know that there's also the possibility of setting up industries, agro-allied industries that are value adding, so that we're not just dealing with farm produce. We add value to those produce, and we do tomato paste, we do orange juice or whatever, can sell them. There's so much that can be done in the sector for which we can borrow for, and in good time be able to pay off those loans. And then at the same time, you have improved the economy of the farmer, you have produced, you have helped to generate jobs, and last but not the least, you are feeding your own people. No brainer. But I guess common sense is normal. So these people who are controlling the levers of government, their priorities are I don't know, the priorities are somewhere else. So that's yeah. It's the sector. I drive around. I mean, there are no roads. I mean, forget it. There are no roads. And then I see a sign where the state government says, "Forgive us, this is a federal road." I mean, what a sorry excuse. You know what I mean? This is a federal road. You never told any of the electorate when you came to ask for their vote that there's a distinction between federal and state roads. There are many other things that I know. Government federal roads are getting refunds. Sarah, borrowing is not the problem. The problem is what you do with the loans that you get. And then, of course, you must be responsible enough to pay back your loans. So you must make sure that you put those loans into projects that are not only impacting the people, but can derive value. And so you can pay your loan. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Please, I just want to ask a question. You just said something, and I want to. Are you really certain? You say there are signboards saying sorry in Edo State. Sorry, this is a federal road. Forgive us. Is that real, or is just?
So now that means you never reach the side. Not be one. Not be two. Please bear with us. This is a federal road. Not be one. Not be three.
Now I will have to bring in some Edo people to confirm what this is.
No, I go take the pictures then and give you. No worry.
Okay, I will love that. All right, let's consider flowing. Osaro, can you hear me? Confirm. Osaro, can you hear me? Osaro, how in the four Edo hand?
Sarah, can you hear Saddam?
Me?
Okay. Let me take your Epa.
I agree together.
Good evening, sir. You have the space to work with, please.
Thank you. Sivo, Sister PS, Ude Wanta Afu Wayagbele. For the record, Olumide Akpata Ogaston. And no boy Ogaston.
Yes, sir.
Our name, Dory Agmariawe. Why we not let Dory?
ọ̀fọ̀ ẹ̀gbẹ̀rẹ̀.
Tọ́mọ o.
Wọ́n á tọ́ bàbá. Ọ̀rẹ́ jẹjẹ òwe náà wẹ̀ dáadáa.
Wẹ̀rẹ̀ wà náà.
Ẹnu gbẹ̀gẹ́rì mọ́ wẹ̀. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ sẹ́rẹ̀. Ọ̀tà níwé arìnrìn ní àṣegẹ́rù rẹ̀ náà. Ọ̀dẹ̀ máa ní búrú bíẹ́. Màámi ẹ̀dọ́rẹ̀ àgùn. This is it that I want to ask the question now for those that are not speaking and not Benin, but you are from Edo State. Please, very sorry for taking that time. Nice little things in Benin. It was just pleasantries and greetings. And those that are outside the states, the Lord bless you all. My only one question on is very clear. Now, as a contestant under Labour Party, and you are among these three now, the only thing when I get now is on that very day, because we could see, say, we know the year of APC for Edo State now, and I'm meeting the day. So, on that very day of election, we don't want what we see for Lagos, what we see for Rivers. Make 0.5% of it happen for obedient and Labour Party people for Edo State. We not go pay like I beg you tell us how that day, not tell everything finish, leave the security. How that day, what will be the hope and this one you get for everybody when they go free, don't be they go with confidence. Now only that one I get to ask you for now. Take care.
Ọ̀tẹ́mẹ́ Wẹ́sẹ̀ Atọ́wámà. And who are here to all your people out, greet them for me. And I thank you for the question. I would have loved to continue in Benin, but as you have noted, in the Benin language, but as you have noted, with a wider audience, I bring her down so that I thank you for your question. And I'm very they say 2024 not agree for anybody. But when they talk, I just said to myself, me never agree before one day. So whether I 2024, I don't agree for anybody, and I cannot agree. So I have been able to demonstrate this mastery to the process. First and foremost, Labour Party, the people are with us. So that one at the first part of the equation, the people are with us. So we will just secure that one first. We will not take the people for granted. We continue to sell our message to them. Say, stay as we be, stay as we be. We are about you. Now make us come out. Even as aspirants, I have demonstrated to Labour Party in those cases. Now because of the people, now I come out. Other people they carry their money go serve different juju for the party. No, me anything when I get, I just give to the people. Even if na Christmas hamper, the last man, if they not get another command there. So you have to secure that, the support of the people. Demonstrate to them that you are for them, you are about them. And the people, they know, they get sense. They are discerning. And so they know who they for them and who not they for them. That's now why, if you follow our primaries, not be film trick. I scored 316 out of the available 343 delegate votes. Not be film trick. Now simply because the people don't say this one now our own, he is here for us. Our matter now matter. So that are the people. There's one thing when the people ask me, which I Labour Party primary, they say, we will support you, but you will protect our vote. Then I say, leave that matter. Leave that one for me. You get how now? Sure. You get how they do one. You go close mark the process. We do bad thing before you are not going to do bad. We go close mark the process, and that is what the Labour Party primaries. The people prevailed as they choose delegate for field, and those that same delegate 9 days is welcome. Of course, the other people they try. People when no one better for Nigeria, bad head people they try. They want to try bring other lists. We block them. They're not fit. As you talk, we're not going to talk the way when we go do them. All I'm telling you is that we not agree. I became president of the Nigeria Bar Association in 2020. We not agree for that too. All the people don't talk say they go vote for me, but they ask, how will this thing be? We block them. We make sure that the will of the people prevailed. We're not go different for this election when they come. And I'm not just run my mouth. We go block them. But you know what? Not be only I say we. What I talk we. Not be only me. The voters in Edo State, everybody get to shine their eye too, because this matter. Barack Obama said democracy will flourish if we fight for it. We now go agree, and I've stated it twice already. And for the election when they come, that's what it will be. Oh yes, there are many stakeholder engagements that need to be done. You talk security just now. Oh yeah, that one a part of the matter. Nobody go come say, and so they snatch one ballot box. Who side? They demand. No, it will work. So that's the much I can say. I don't show my part one. My part two not go different like that. It will even be an improved version. So that much you can take it to the bank that the will of the people must prevail. We not come here, come look at a bridge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So, you know, when people were exchanging pleasantries, there was a word that caught my attention. Another day inside. I don't know what you were saying, no, but I know you meant was right.
Sorry, Saddam, you say what you do?
No, when people were exchanging pleasantries with my EPA, people were saying, so I said, I hope it's well for us here, right?
You are
okay.
safe. You are
okay,
safe.
So let's go with the conversation. Osaro, are you there?
I did, yeah. I gallant. Finally.
Finally, 1 minute. For your thing. Hurry up.
I don't worry. Another day inside. Where I to Kyoba, Olumide Akpata, Domosa, Egwapo. So say this one. What off again. Hello, Baba. Wow, as a toyo. The thing be say,
he tourist.
Who a tourist? You can't never bow, can't help Baba.
I got here authority. You are authority.
Ugbe. The thing is,
I must here.
my time day, Jimmy.
2 more 30 seconds for you.
Worry. My question, not be ask. I do people question. They don't fool my DM. They say, who be your running mate? Where your running mate for the come? Domo. What?
Where's your time? That question. You see, na party within me now. This kind of matter you don't say na put matter. Everybody they join hand this time. So all na political calculation. So we dey look am, and I will discuss closely with even though na me the person want run for me, but this kind of matter you don't say be like when you want to go family dey marry wife now. Not be just one person to do marriage. So all of us go sit down, look the matter, and then we go analyze that. Anybody who is deputy governor candidate must bring value to the ticket. It must get electoral value. Also, you're not supposed to globalize the ticket. We don't want to go find person who go call now. Somebody what we know now. Any carry over us. As they happen for one time like that. So we don't want that kind of thing. So anybody governor, there must be proper due diligence. And then so political calculation due diligence inside. And then you want to make sure that you take as many boxes as possible. Say you get many people for our state, let's see the cry say, you never reach us, so blah 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 blah. So there are all sorts of permutations when people must look. But at the end of the day, the party will take a decision that will be in the best interest of the party of the Edo State.
All right, thank you very much. Let me just take some questions from the comment section. Okaka Odumodu says, ask Olumide Akpata, did you give $1,000 to each delegates?
My name is Olumide. If you say me, that's that question.
Yes, sir. Now you. I say I ask you. I go ask you. Please answer, sir.
Absolutely not. You know how many delegates we get? 300. I don't carry 1,000. What thing I know say I do, and I already mentioned it here. When I entered the party, I supported our candidates when they run for local government election because nobody they help them. I keep a small. We they call it Yobo. I keep a small Yobo. I bought a car for Labour Party team secretariat. I buy secretariat just. Now I'm not on. I do one. I bought 26,000 chairs, plastic chairs. I buy 26,000 chairs. Because if you want to party, say you want to do a political party, there are certain things that must be in place. I reached there, not I say, well, now here I do. I don't go anywhere. I don't pack my load. I don't practice law. So I'm here, so I'm ready to invest my time, my treasure, my talent into this matter. As a true party man, I contribute. I do yes, every local government secretary plus ward, all of the number of this camp. Because Labour Party will mean business. We don't play. So I know that one. Christmas last year, I give our members. So if that one, yes, that's why it is not me because I have shown that I am here to build the party. And $1,000 not be doing so. I know we don't know about that. So nothing of the sort.
Go to Modi, you don't hear that. Now let me ask one more question from the comment section. If you have asked question, I don't have to do it now. Your hands were. Let me ask a question. All right, my brother Nana Exchange says, let me ask you a question. Nepotism is rampant in Nigeria. It has become a society where sons enjoy privileges. It has become the ground zero where voters become senators and brother-in-laws receive contracts. Can you pledge keep nepotism far from your government if you're elected? What are your thoughts on nepotism?
Nepotism is the bane of our country now, or at least one of the many. You know, I believe in merit. So I can commit to you here that it's not Olu and Sons Nigeria Limited. Now we enter. It is government based on merit. Again, I borrowed a page from Dr. Alex Oti. He told us when we were with him recently that all permanent secretaries do exam before. That's all directors when they want to promote to permanent secretary, they do exam. So much so, say one Edo man when they stay Abia, he pass. Now he get the highest score. They give a PAMSEC. Now Edo man, that's merit. Edo man, the gentleman has been in Abia from his youth service days to now. He do the exam, he passed. This is Dr. Oti's own testimony. And the guy has become a permanent secretary in Abia State. No, I can't do nepotism because at the end of the day, you suffer. You suffer for the consequences. So you go and put a square peg in a round hole because say na your brother or na your sister picking. No. Instead, I go to find my money they give every month, say carry go chop. If not that one they find. Not to come and say, oh, come and sit down here because you are my brother, come and take a position that you are not qualified for, you are not competent to administer. No, it's not gonna work. So you see, my generation, Saddam, my generation, we are a tribe. It's meritocracy. We're a tribe of meritocrats. If you are not supposed to be there, not go there. You have no business being there, not go there. They're not the manage for the matter. Because what outcomes do you expect from that situation when you put the wrong man on the job? At the end of the day, now we go suffer for them now because we will be the victims, or we will be at the receiving end of the faulty decisions, or the open person. They make wrong decisions. Now we go suffer them at the end of the day. So it's in our enlightened self-interest not to. So I promise you that merit will be the other. Competence will be the order of the day in any government that I run, and I've demonstrated it in everywhere I've been, in my law firm, at the NBA, and now by the grace of God, when we get to the government house.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, I think let me just have a follow-up question. Then I'll circle down to you, Jimmy. Wake up. A woken Niger youth says, ask Olumide Akpata, you say you are our guy. I am sure you are aware of the current zoning conversations online attempting to shake the obedient movement. How will you ensure that governance will be for all Edolites with no zone excluded?
Thank you. I missed the name of the gentleman, but
Wake up.
Wake up. Okay, I bet you help me thank him. Thank you for the question. Yes, it's the big elephant in the room. I will be playing the ostrich if I say I don't know about the conversation concerning zoning. So I will run an inclusive government if I emerge as governor of Edo State. That's the first thing. Inclusive government. I don't know tribe. I don't know tribe, and again, I belong to that generation that I don't know tribe. Is one, Nigeria is one. I don't know tribe, so you can be sure that I will run an all-inclusive government. And even as an aspirant, I've demonstrated. When I told you just now, say I buy motor for Labour Party secretariats, and I say okay, buy for only those South because now they're my people. Across board, anything I do is across board. Whatever resources we have will be distributed evenly across board, and whatever positions there are in government, it will ensure that all zones are represented in the distribution of offices and positions and all that. Having said, I will speak to the issue of zoning, because I followed the conversation online and all of that conversations online, and I know that many are not quite happy about the outcomes in the Edo State, particularly Labour Party. But I just say that the party decided to throw open the issue of who will be its candidate, to throw it open to all parts of the state, because this is our first real outing with regard to governorship of Edo State. And the decision was taken that we will not circumscribe ourselves to any particular zone. And so it was thrown open, let the best man win. Because we just they come, as Yoruba say, we just show. And if we now decide, say, okay, we will zone the thing to one side only, we may lose out. We may deprive ourselves of the opportunity of bringing a star performer. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we might win the battle, but lose the war, as it were. So I understand the decision of the party. So at the end of the day, many of us ran. Edo Central ran, Edo North, and Edo South. And the members of the party decided that I was the best candidate for this particular election. So that haven't happened. We are now at a stage where we will go for the elections. And then when we go for the elections, Labour Party will now come out with his own pronouncements regarding zoning going forward. Because you cannot be on the outside and talk zoning when you never enter. So that was the thinking of the party, and I don't quarrel with it. I see merit in that argument. Having said that, I recognize that there are certain imbalances in Edo State that must be addressed, and I assure you that Labour Party will address the imbalances. Unlike the other parties who pay lip service to the issue of zoning and make it a convenient conversation only when elections are around the corner. As the election finish now, Saddam, come Edo, you go see everybody not go talk zoning again. And indeed, has there ever really been zoning in all of these parties? Because really, you know what I mean? They pay lip service to the issue. There are many imbalances that must be addressed, not just only in what you may call it, in one zone. You know, Akoko Edo is one of the oldest local governments in Nigeria. Has remained the same one local government since 1963. Akoko Edo. The Onwa people have complained also of marginalization. Edo Central have also complained. The Asian people, the Asian people. So Labour Party intends to come and address all of these issues when we are in government. We cannot do anything about it from the outside. So, which is why I can assure you that a Labour Party government will be inclusive, will be accommodating, will take into consideration the yearnings and aspirations of all parts of the state. And then, but more importantly, Saddam, if you let me conclude on this point, Labour Party would also demonstrate governance at a level where people will understand that you don't need your brother to be in government house for you to receive dividends of democracy or benefits of governance. What we have is that because of the way some of our devious politicians, not all of them, have the way they perform, they now make the people yearn for their own person to be in government so that it will be our turn. However, Labour Party is not going to run government like that. Whatever is available will be spread evenly. Each man not go feel say, okay, because he not get a picking in person for government house, they not do road for inside. You go do road. Speaking of road, have you been to Edo Central recently to look who the kind of road when they there? Meanwhile, this Edo Central has had 2 ministers of works. 2, 3 self. They have had all sorts of high government officials. So it's not really about who they there. It's about that person's attitude to service delivery. So I commit, so that my point is not missed in all of my rambling, and I ask you to forgive me. I commit to ensuring inclusive government and to dealing with any perceived imbalances. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's very, very clear. Right now, in Abia State, I don't know if they have not seen which zone Alex Oti is from. All they see is good governance. And I honestly, for myself, I say all the time, I always say that competence will always trump zoning. That is my 2 cents, just to add to that. All right, let me bring in my friend and my brother. Tomorrow is his birthday. So I just want to do pre-birthday. You have to do him pre-birthday, happy birthday first. And my paddy, I call him the punisher of the children of the roasted corn. He's here with us. Jimmy, let me bring you into the conversation now. Happy birthday, my brother, in advance. Please, you have the space to ask a question. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Saddam. Thank you. Your Excellency, because you're already our governor. I'm a Yoruba boy. I'm not from Edo State, but so Edo State is part of Nigeria. We need to take it the way it is. The last question was actually taken from the actual question I wanted to ask you. All protocols duly observed, everybody. I can see all the regulars here. So I was going to ask of your insight, because I've been asking this question and I've not actually gotten any specific answer. I was going to ask was, what is the genesis of this zoning? What is the importance of this zoning? Because you see, this whole zoning thing, it's a jinx that needs to be broken this 2024. We need to let people understand that it's not about where you come from, because it has not benefited anyone since they've been doing that. So if you can a little bit educate us on the genesis or the beginning of the reason why that zoning thing started, if you have any idea of that. And lastly, what it is that you possess that all the remaining candidates don't. Sell yourself to us. Let us know how outstanding you are, and that will be what we will be capitalizing on. That will be the basis at which we will be promoting you everywhere we go henceforth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yomi Shegun, and happy birthday in advance. I wish you all the best, and I pray for long life and prosperity for you, and in good health, of soundness of mind and body. I I think I alluded to this. Your first question, I think I gave some background. This zoning business, well, I will not say I don't subscribe to affirmative action. Is affirmative action, which zoning is an expression of affirmative action. I think it starts from when there's perceived imbalance, or so take the Black Empowerment program in South Africa. So after apartheid, it was recognized that the Black South Africans has been definitely disadvantaged, and so measures were taken to try and fast track their growth and development in business and in the economy. That's what brought that about. In Australia, the Aborigines have also had their own leapfrogging because of the disadvantages they suffered. American Indians, same thing. So that is where zoning comes from, or affirmative action comes from, when there's a perceived imbalance. I belong to a generation who went to federal school in Nigeria, and I went to King's College, but we had what they call quota system. That one too is some form of affirmative action, where you give succession to all equals because you feel that one had quite a fair deal at some point. If you remember, our brothers and sisters from the north, in some states were considered to be educationally disadvantaged, so therefore they got a lift. So bring us to states. You say zoning, because democracy is all about numbers. You find out that there's a possibility that you could find only one group running a state or a nation if some kind of steps are not taken to create balance and create equity and to provide to mitigate. So that is how zoning showed up in our political lexicon, and of course it has been abused by our politicians. They underperform and then take cover under zoning. They are not competent, but they take cover under zoning. And those who get into office because they want to perpetuate themselves in power, take all the benefits to their own side of the fence, and make sure that they even areas that don't need road, you tar the road there, sha. Anything that you just do it, sha, so that next time when you call your people, they'll say, this is our champion. So the people on the other side of the fence, the other zone, will say, well, if that's what you do, and the next time we'll go vote, make my own brother the inside, so that he can tar the roads on our own side. But all of this you and I know is utter crap, because at the end of the day, it is just self-serving politicians who use this as an excuse to keep themselves in power. They create division amongst the people. You now see this unhealthy rivalry. People are fighting because they believe that it is only when my own is there that I can benefit. So, but Labour Party, I believe, and I'm very, very, very certain, will turn things around, will change this narrative, because like Saddam has said already, competence would always trump zoning, and we as a people must get up and say, this thing called zoning, or this thing called affirmative action, the global standard is that it must have what they call a sunset clause. You don't zone in perpetuity. You don't do affirmative action in perpetuity. So when we are planning for zoning, we should also plan for an exit clause, because we must at some point enthrone meritocracy and competence, because sometimes zoning is antithetical to merit, and sometimes to merit and competence. So in my view, this is my own take. This is how this zoning thing started and has taken root in our political lexicon. I hope I've answered your question. But the other question you raised, what's my USP, my unique selling point? I don't know if it may not be unique. There may be others like me, but definitely not in this particular race. I belong to the Labour Party, and we are for the people. That's number one. the people must be returned to the center of politics and governance in Nigeria. That is what I stand for. I also stand for prudence in government. I was, like I said, I was with Dr. Oti a few days ago, and we're talking about just how to run government in today's Nigeria. First and foremost, you must understand that most of our problems arise from over-bloated governments. Our problems arise from the cost of governance in Nigeria. That's where Dr. Oti is different. He runs a lean government, and that's what I'm proposing. Run a lean government, and make sure that you get your priorities right. I will be prudent, firstly, and I will prioritize properly. The people will be at the top of my priority. So projects, policies will be people-centric, people-focused. So if you decide to take a private, as governor, you use private jets every month, and you go to Abuja 10 times a month, it's $13,000 today to use a private jet to Abuja from Benin. If you use that one, go come, not be 26,000, but I gotta do the math. Something will give. Something has to give. If you use $26,000 to fly for one, waiting Green Africa, carry you go come just now. You use $26,000 to go and do that. That's probably a couple of primary schools that will just go, will just not happen. A couple of primary healthcare centers that will not happen because something will have to give. So I am for prudence in government. I am for lean government. I am for prioritizing the people. When I was president of the Nigerian Bar Association, I mean, it's a relatively small organization, but the principles are the same. I got there and found, everybody's Nigerian Bar Association is broke. They are going to look for money from governments when NBA ordinarily should have no business going to ask any government for money. By the time I left there, I left 1.5 billion naira in the bank for the NBA because we could afford it. We ran all our programs. We did not beg anybody. We did not stop donations. If you want to donate to us, donate to the association, but with no strings attached. We were able to run our programs, save money, and to the satisfaction of our members. It is the same principles. So what makes me different is that I am not going in there to just write out my CV that I was governor. I am going in there to make a difference, to change the narrative, and we will apply best practice, global best practice in the running of the state. So, my dear brother, birthday boy, I hope I've been able to answer your two questions.
You did perfectly. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
So you made an allegation on this platform, and on this platform, it is called the violence space, the home of facts and figures. Whatever you say on this platform, we checkmate you, we fact check you at the spot. You made an allegation on this platform. You said that there are signposts in Edo State where you see this is a federal road. Please bear with the Edo State government. And I want to tell you authoritatively that you have been fact-checked and you have been found to be saying the truth. Oh my goodness. I am seeing signposts. Big signposts. What? In 2024? No PDP. No wonder they're doing. No wonder that they have reverted to tribalism and bigotry. No wonder. This is real. I'm seeing it here. This is a federal road. Please bear with the government, the Edo State government.
Saddam, you don't know, say my governor, they use helicopter for Edo State when you want to travel from me to Auchi.
I heard they call him the helicopter governor.
Now me call her, not be them. Now me call her. Now me call her, helicopter governor.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. Rolling. It's insane. It's insane what's happening in governance in that state. A great state. Let's ask more questions, please. All right, let me open up the space right now. Let me bring in Dr. Ohekena. Dr. Ohekena, please, you have the space in 1 minute. Please, guys, let's keep our questions as short as possible. Mr. Steve, you want to say something?
Yes, let me crave your indulgence. Guys, there's a tweet I posted on the Jumbotron in the spirit of obedience. Now we have confirmed that our visitor on this space is an obedient. There's a tweet on the Jumbotron I just made yesterday please engage that tweet. I said, obedience operational, adopt a local government. We need obedience people across the world to choose a local government in Edo State, where your support group and your association will ensure that people hear that an obedient, someone that believes in the people, is running. And when you do that, reach out to us on the DM. It's on the Jumbotron. Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. All right, Dr. Hell, can I have the space in 1 minute, please? Straight questions, no
Yeah.
submissions. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, EmirSirdam. Good evening from my end and everybody in the house. Barrister Olumide. Good evening. Sir. Sir. Olabon. I'll
Good
greet you
evening, my
my
brother.
I'll greet you on one language. Yes, sir.
Yes, so,
My
yes,
quick
sir.
question is, yes, sir. My quick question is, the local government system in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. What will you do differently to give power and autonomy to this closest arm of government to the people? Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Dr. Akena, Dr. Oikena. Well, at least, thank God. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. That is the government closest to the people, and in our typical fashion, we have bastardized that system. You go to America, and the average American is more interested in who is his mayor, as against who is the governor of his state. You know, so. But in Nigeria, because the people are not important, the people don't matter. So that level of government, or that tier of government that is closest to the people, has been almost eroded. State governors just simply take over local governments in their states, and they fire and they hire as they will. In fact, in Edo State, on the 2nd of September last year, the PDP government claimed to have held local government elections. It was a sham. That much I can say. Because again, it's not important. Nobody. Meanwhile, it is that level of that tier of government that takes care of the primary healthcare centers we're talking about, that will take care of the markets, that will take care of our primary schools and all of that. The issues that are important to the people. So they have to wait for state government or from governor from state capital to deal with their issues, when ordinarily the system was designed for them to have a local government chairman to whom they can run to with their issues. But thankfully, there has been a constitutional amendment, if I'm not mistaken, that is dealing with that issue, and definitely we will. I think we'll see things will change in Nigeria by that singular occurrence. But having said that, even if there was no such change in our laws, as governor, it will be in my own interest to enable local governments. They are the government, like I said, closest to the people. I have nothing to fear, nothing to lose. Why on earth would you want to eclipse that whole tier of government, which is what we see? I would enable local government system. I would work through them. I will not be a governor who will sit in the state capital. I will collaborate with the local government chairpersons to ensure that government at that level is functional, is optimal, is operational. And you know what I mean. So that's why I'm looking forward to that kind of collaboration, because that is the easiest way for people to feel the presence of government. So if we have local governments running optimally, then you will truly have a story to tell, truly. So I think it's a no-brainer, and I feel really sad at the way local governments in Nigeria have been rendered almost totally useless by state governments. Hopefully, the new state of affairs would change this. Thank you, Dr. Ekena.
All right, thank you very much. Please, guys, when you've asked questions, I have to drop you. Very much. And if you're up here and you want to ask questions, please, your hands can be up. Please, I'll drop every other person down right now, except our guests, so that we can bring more people. We have over hundreds of requests here. I want to bring in as much as people as possible.
Saddam, let me drop so you can have more rooms. Let me drop. I'll come back.
God bless you, my brother. Happy birthday in advance one more time. Thank you. All right, Omon. Please, in a minute, ask your question, please.
All right. Good evening. Am I audible?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, audible, sir. I can hear you, sir. Please ask your question. Go on, sir.
Thank you very much, Adam. It's a great pleasure putting me on the audience to speak tonight. It's 2022. I'll be an ardent listener of the violence space. I never requested for mic. I usually follow in the day, in the night, Tuesday, Thursday, when Saturday was he on. So, concerning this subject, Olumide Akpata in the house, it's a pleasure speaking directly to him. I'm from East and Southeast, Wohimi, which is the hometown of Aswe Odal. I want to say is this: as a faithful and loyal obedient, some of us we are tribal blind for quality. We are looking for capacity. We are looking for competence. Sentiments are all over. But there's one thing I want to draw the attention of Olumide and the several people that are listening here. Some of us in this obedience,
Omon, please don't draw our attention. Please ask question, please. I want to ask question, please. So how about ask questions? Thank you, bro.
Some of us here, we are not helping the cause of Olumide. The reason being that some statement we are making online here is even provoking some of the supporters, including me. On Tuesday, I was on this place. I want Dr. Barry made a statement that...
Sorry, Omo.
Yeah?
Don't worry, we'll trash all this outside this space. Just ask Dr. Olumide the question.
Okay. Barrister, I want to ask you, because we know the game of Nigeria politics, tribal sentiment, religious sentiment, and all that. Made by one Dr. Barry that they will use the numbers. They have the number, they have this. So if you are elected as governor, and people like that are around you, what is the hope of those minorities in Edo State? Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Who be Dr. Barry? I don't know him.
The violence they know him.
Okay. So I don't think you'll be around me. That's not why they say I'm not one. So
no verse, please, please. Let me just answer for your behalf before you answer for you, please, because we are on the spot. We're on the spot. Come on, my brother. It's good to have you here. It's good to know that you've been with us for over 2 years now on this platform. So your family, right? So it's not as if saying you say the violence place they know. It's also say we know her. We are together. Abi, Omon, are we not together again? Please answer me, Omon, please. Are we not together anymore?
Omon, your mic is mute.
Omon.
I'm right here, full chest with you.
So now we get violence place now, Abi?
Yes.
Now, so if you say Dr. Barry, now we. That one now we discussion, We will discuss about in-house.
Okay, so that one not really concern me.
Our views has nothing to do with Olumide.
What I'm saying here is not falsehood.
No, please just don't take any views you hear on the violence place has nothing to do with the man. The man just came here to have a conversation with me and you. Our views are not his views. Our views are not represent his campaign. It is important to understand this. Is that my brother?
Yeah,
we'll next week.
So be very clear when Dr. Barry said that.
But Saddam, just to let Omon know that as I just saying, don't listen when we talk since, and I've said that Labour will run an all-inclusive government, and we're not here to outnumber anybody or to make anybody feel they are not part of Edo State. Not possible. Edo na one. Edo na one. I'm a totally detribalized Nigerian, a totally detribalized Edoite. Edo na one. Edo Central will feature prominently in any Labour government that I will be running. So You leave that side. No, let's not believe all those. When people they try hit up the policy, just pour water on top of the matter, make it calm down. Go. I don't. I'm not an ethnic bigot, so I know they do all those kinds of things.
Oman, are you okay? Now, are you satisfied?
I'm okay. Thank you. God bless all of you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. God bless you. We'll be back on Tuesday. Thank you. All right, let's move on real quick. Let me bring in a lady right now, Valerie. Then I'll come to Harry. For Allah, don't come space. All right, let's go on. Valerie, you have the space in 1 minute, please. Can you ask your questions to Mr. Olumide?
Thank you, Emir. I greet the house. Thank you, Olumide, for hosting us. So I hope nobody has asked this question, so I'll just keep it brief because I actually had network issues. So my number one question is, what do you think about people attacking obedience or people attacking people that want to vote for Labour Party candidates? And number two, and what can you do to advise us to, what can you do to advise us on how to keep on being motivated about supporting who we believe is the best candidate? And number two, what can we do about rigging?
Please, just one question, please, and just put all of them together.
Okay, yes, and also, how are we going to feel like being discouraged every time we vote and there's always rigging of election? What can be done during the elections to stop rigging of elections and everything? Because we decided to wait at our polling units and really defend our votes. But what can we do when elections are always rigged? How are people going to be motivated to keep voting for Labour Party candidates? Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie. I think, like you said, I think your second question, I think I've dealt with before now, which has to do with protecting the vote. I alluded to this, or in fact, I spoke to this directly before now, which is that after we know that we have the people with us, the next thing is to protect the process. And I quoted Barack Obama, who says that democracy will flourish only if we fight for it. So for me, on my own part, you can be sure that I will do all I need. I have demonstrated this before at the Nigeria Bar Association elections. I demonstrated this before at the recent Edo State Labour Party primaries. The will of the people must prevail. And what the people want, we close mark the process. We not agree for anybody. But it's a we matter. It's not just me as a candidate, but it is us. You had talked about getting discouraged after election victories being stolen. We can't give up. Nobody said it would be easy. We can't give up. We must continue to stand firm. And you can be sure on my part as a candidate, I will play my part effectively. There are stakeholders that we have to engage to ensure that the will of the people prevails. So no dulling on my part, no dulling on my part at all. I will do all I can and need to do at my own end, but I will need you, Valerie, and the others who are voters in Edo State to ensure that we protect the votes and that the will of the people will prevail. And this is not just empty talk, but of course, we're not going to reveal all our strategies, but have it in mind. Know this and know peace that we will protect the vote of the people. The people's will be allowed to prevail. But your first question is one that has not been asked before. My attitude to people attacking obedience and those who vote for LP candidates. I have zero tolerance for such rubbish, and I really cannot stand that kind of behavior. And in the gubernatorial elections in Lagos last year, it was something that was on full display, and I stood up to be counted. And when our brothers and sisters from the eastern part of Nigeria were harassed, were intimidated, were humiliated by their neighbors in Lagos because of the fact that they wanted to vote for a Labour Party government in Lagos State. I stood up. I wrote an article that I published, where it was titled "We Are All Igbo," because for me, I saw the danger in that kind of behavior. Because I could have easily said, no, I wasn't the one I wasn't the butt of, or I wasn't the victim at that point in time, so there was no need to complain. But I'm sure you've heard of that saying that if even if it may not be you today, but tomorrow it may be you. So I stood up to be counted because I have zero tolerance for that kind of behavior, and I stood with my Igbo brothers and sisters on that occasion, and I deprecated that kind of behavior. I called the people out. I called my friends, my friends who said nothing, who did not speak up. I called them out because if we allow that kind of intimidation, that kind of molestation of Iyashukudi, and then so Iyashukudi is not allowed to come out to vote because if she's not voting for a particular party. How? That is totally unacceptable. It will happen in Lagos. It might happen tomorrow in another part of the country if we don't stop that kind of behavior. I've traveled around the world. I have seen what that kind of ethnic profiling, what it can do to a country, what it can do to a city. If you've been to Ireland, if you've been to Northern Ireland, you will see that this is dangerous behavior that cannot be allowed to happen. So I stood up to be counted, and you can be sure that I will stand up again in the face of such a tyranny and in the face of such intimidation and bullying of any section of Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Well answered. All right, let me run straight down to Harry. We have been here with Olumide for over extra. We have gone past second half. We have gone past extra time, and I think it's time. He has given us extra time. So we have hundreds of people here.
They come down past 100. What did they happen?
And it's not going down. It's not going down. It's people really want to ask you questions. My DMs are a mess. The comment section, we have over 700 questions I want to be asked to you from Facebook, from YouTube. There are questions I want to be thrown to you, and we cannot ask all these questions now. I think you've covered so many major key and talking points, and I think you will have to make a commitment to us when you will come back again, because these conversations are one that you should be having, I think, as often as possible. But let me run to Harry right now. Harry, did my honorable disappear? I think he has decided he must have fallen off. But guys, this is the violence space, and you've been listening to Olumide Akpata. Okay, he's back here with us for the past over 2 hours now. He has been on the hot seat, asking, receiving questions, answering questions from Nigerians, from Edolites, most especially from Edolites. So I will just run now to Harry. Harry is one man soldier, sir. One man mopo, and he's here to ask you a question that has to bother with his state, Edo. Harry, have the space, my brother. Welcome in a minute, please.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, EmirSirdam. Thank you, everybody. Epadomo, Oato. As my mom go say, Lamezi. Domosa. I've been here and I've been listening to everything you've been saying. I want to say, I really like your confidence. You the yarn as I want hear or as it be, or maybe not because as I want hear I'm sure. Maybe you don't already win one soft spot for my side, but soft spot aside, I want to just let you know, say, I don't want to make you explain too much because I don't already know, say, 60% you go date Dennis or Sadebia Avenue for after September. But then I go enjoy your presence if you come here, come explain, come talk to us. But then besides that explanation, Epa, I go like make you show workings, because me, I like receipts well. I know you like talk too much. Now workings not be my talk. So that aside, I go ask you my question now. And my question be say, as a person who grew up for Benin City or those states, Gele seaports and something will be like say na legend to most of us. We be say we dey young, and many people don't promise us. So Ipa, my question, I don't want make you promise me. Just I want make you tell me the truth as it be for your mind. Ipa, that Gele support na legend or na something ABC go fit come to reality for our lifetime. Now my question with that.
Hello, Harry.
Ipa, deal with you. I don't hear Ipa, deal with you.
Okay. The only matter when I diverse for saying only one soft spot I get for your side. You go make her like 3 now.
No, as the day goes by, it go the plenty,
Okay,
go the plenty.
I can't worry. You can't even score me 60% self. That one, I'm normally a better student. Anyway, I just did joke. How your side? Well, yeah.
Yes, oh yes, sister. Oh yes, say
So speaking to your first issue, now show your working. Nine be the only way. But I still get to call Yansha, Abi. When I still make a come, so I get to show. Abi, not before here we go show the working now. The only working when I feel show now are my antecedents, which I don't do for other places. As I take run MBA, as I take run my own law firm, because really, the principles are the same. It's management of men and resources, men and material. And what are your priorities? What do you want to do? Small money went in your hand, how you go share them? It's the same principle. And I don't, at least that are the working when I don't show. But hey, once you vote for me and put me inside the Saturday Avenue, I will show you my working now. I'm not sent. Harry, I'm not sent. I'm not here for self. I'm here. Now legacy with the look. Now future of our country with the look. There are still some of us when Sabi work. Now the country never spoil this way. We're not going to see good people again. Some of us see it, and I'm sure you are one of them. Gele seaport. You know, say this dark matter. Just like you now, we don't hear. This want on to story. So, but I'm very attracted to the idea of the seaport, and now something when I would like to study closely, because that kind of thing ordinarily is supposed to open up our space, our economy. But I'm not going to tell you, say I can give you all the data right now or all the specifics, but now something when I go look closely, because I know the multiplier effect of a seaport of that nature. I have people when I respect when they serve on the committee, and they anytime I ask the guy, they call them and they phone them, say this is go work, and they seem to reassure me, say the plan is a good plan. So I'm not gonna talk say because I dey compete against the government in power, I go just come say na nonsense. No, but I really have to do my studying and do my due diligence. Like I said, I get people when they the committee and they ask that they put them under pressure because the matter don't want come to take, may not come be saying a voicemail matter we don't enter. So, but hey, they don't finish. I wish it would be a good viable project, because it will inure to the benefit that will come out of it will inure to all Edo people. So now that one, now there I feel talk the matter rich.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very
Take
much.
care, my brother.
The only way I get to talk with that. Thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you very much. And from behind the Gele support, they don't drag my back, they drag my legs, say Oga has to go, Oga has to leave, and he has been here for an extra 45 minutes. And honestly, sir, we don't take it for granted. For us on this platform, we know how important these conversations are and how much you need to really sell yourself to the people. But at the same time, we also understand that time is money, and we know that there are people behind the scenes that really need to have you right now. So I think we cannot go any further with Olumide. For him, he want to stay going forward, but there are people behind that really need to take him off the space right now. And he has given us his first close to 3 hours now, sir. But I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hands up here. I want to ask you a question already. Should I allow these 5 people ask question once, or do you want to go now? Let me put you on the spot.
Sadan, I'm to talk.
Yes, sir.
What was your question? I'm so sorry.
I said I'm about to exit you from the space, but I have like 1, 2, 3,
you 4, 5.
No, people where they from back, they say they want drag me as you want to, but then they say you have to leave. So you know how all these things they be. Make tomorrow when I say, oh yeah, guy, they come again, they talk, say that one will give you how many hours you can't do over Sabi. You know, will come. You know, so I'm trying to respect the fact that we have a time frame with you on this platform, and we have gone like an hour above what we planned with you. Can you just give us the honors of answering all the people that are up here with you, or you can say exit. If you say an exit, we all accept the fact that you have done exceedingly well today. But if you can say, okay, let me just answer all these people up here, you don't do extra.
That's now this 500 with the sister, Nabi.
Also, with the open, with the hands up here like this.
We'll take them. I beg now. You know we're good now. Before hands start to depend them.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I hope your people, please, and the team behind the scene, Gele team, stop sending me message. It is not my. I say I want to pursue him. He say he want to stay. Please stop messaging me. Thank you. Let me start with my amiable. I'll end my amiable co-host. Let me start with
Saddam, I want to hear NC's question. NC's, I beg, give us question now.
NC's not going to answer question today. Next time. NC's not going to answer question. What makes you know NC's question? You don't say where they come from. Facts and figures. Google. No. Please. And Joe Obedience, please ask your question, please.
Osemingo area.
Hey, Oshari, Magario.
Very mamo.
Well done.
Also, when you mentioned Mujaga, okay, I'll be fast, but I need to talk this one. In Chambers, I want to play where they go play well. No worry, I'm not reach 1 minute. In Chambers, now we are the go play small near Warri Club.
So that's my office now. Now there we do for Dr. Ojo office.
Okay, quickly, my top question is for Mr. Srigadze. Not really a question, but it's about dissent voices in the Labour Party right now. That some are using the excuse of zoning as their problem. Some are genuinely feeling zoning is their problem. Hope there are plans to get them back in the fold, because to an extent they are causing a lot of, making it very difficult to campaign. So I hope you have plans to get them back in the fold. That's the question.
Thank you, my brother. I'm most grateful and always glad to speak with a fellow Warri boy or Fuwafi. Well, you know Fuwafi, Nabi?
I be Fuwafi, but like you, the way you take come my side, come pen, that's why I take pen for your side. I did been 20 years plus.
Correct. Not bad. Now we. So anyhow, yes, we must heal the wounds. We must bridge the divide. I can understand, but what we must not allow, because quarrel day where two different kind of quarrel deal. There's the quarrel of adverse because I've been offended. There's the quarrel of adverse because they say we listen to people when not like us. If we not listen to people when want scatter us. So if I am to say anything, I go say no. Maybe we check out the people when they call talk inside our ear. They tell us say this one do one thing, do two things. What will be their motive? What are they trying to achieve? They want to scatter this thing because they want to use the excuse of they don't give us zoning. Let us be careful. However, efforts must be made. We will call everybody. Say, see, even if that's what the thing happen now, steps will be taken to correct whatever anomalies, whatever aberration we see for the setting. We must give that assurance. We must give that comfort to our people. Obedience, Edolites, those from Edo Central, we must let them know, say, not be say it's not a winner takes all kind of thing. One person must win. So as one person don't win now, we will say, okay, next step, what will be next step? How we want to correct this matter? You understand what I'm saying? So at least on my own part, I'm speaking to the leaders of the party. Now the same sentiment me they see as far as Labour is concerned. And with regard to obedience here, and the obedience and all of the stuff going on here, I'm sure that I definitely, anything when me fit do to put hand inside the matter to bring everybody back under the same umbrella. Well, I don't want to use umbrella, not the umbrella. Everybody under the same fold ahead. So I will definitely do my part.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right.
I beg, bring them under Papa Mama picking.
Not the umbrella matter, I beg.
All right,
we don't need broom too.
Real quick, Kevin is Larry's question, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. It's an honor having you on the platform. Thank you very much for being with us today. My name is Kelvin Aibo J. I'm from Owa East, Owa. Yeah, my question is actually two, but I'm gonna rope them into one, quickly. I believe the reason why many of us have found ourselves in this peculiar time, this period, this gathering, is because of one man who we actually look up to, who like brought this movement, who is like the focal point of this movement, which is my principal, Mr. Peter Obi. Now, I want to know, just in one sentence, I just want to know, sir, what is the core message of your campaign, and how do you intend to use it to excite the voters in Edo State? Because, sir, trust me, the voter apathy in Edo State right now is beyond what people are actually thinking of. A lot of people are not really happy about the political setting in Edo State. A local government election was conducted; it was a sham. The 2023 election, people were disappointed. In my polling units, I had people who were destroying their voters' card. So, but the one thing I know is that kind of excitement that Peter Obi's personality brought, that kind of that the way he sold himself to the people, the message he was passing across.
Question, please.
Yeah, I think he gets what I'm saying. So what is the core message of your campaign, and how do you intend to use it to excite the voters? Thank you very much. Saddam.
Kelvin, thank you. So I think the fact that I personally stand for the people first, I think that's the first thing I'm putting forward. It is about the people. And I'm not just saying this in a vacuum. That message has already been passed on to members of the Labour Party, and they are excited that it is about them, that we are here because of them, and that our policies will be directed at them. And they have also, I've mentioned this before already, and they supported me, but they supported on one condition, which is the point you have alluded to, that we will work to protect their vote and ensure that their votes count. So, and we have said that will be done, that we will work to protect the vote. We will do what we need to do. We will pull all the stops to ensure that their votes are protected. So, the first thing is the people are the most important thing to us in Labour Party. Papa, Mama, Pikin. All our policies will take root from that, will take off from that point. It is about the people, what is most important to the majority of the people. But then, we are not just going to come and speak grammar. We are going to ensure that we do the work. We pound the streets, we protect the votes, we call out the stakeholders, ensure that it will not be a situation of a monkey walk, a babu chop. No, we will ensure that the people go out, and it is what they want that will prevail. So I don't know what else I can say to this point, because like one of my brothers said, it's really a matter of show you're working. You know, after a while, people begin to say talk is cheap. You know what I mean? So I'm a bit hesitant to keep on rambling on the point. The Bible says, "By their fruits you shall know them." So I think time will tell whether or not as I talk and as I go do them, if you know what I mean. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think that was straight to the point. All right, let's go to Stefan Egbon. Please, you have the space in 1 minute, please. Question, please. Straight to your question. 1 minute, please.
Thank you so much, Saddam, and all protocols duly observed. Sir, Olumide, I have a question that I want to ask. But first, someone mentioned about unique quality. But I believe, because I grew up in Benin, so I believe compassion and kindness to the Edo people should be that unique skill or that unique soft skill you should have towards us. Because if you are compassionate about the people, you would want to make things work out for us. So I beg you, in the name of God and in the name of our ancestors, please make Edo work. So my question is, what is your plan towards tourism, culture, and education? Because you see people say school na scam. Majority of them being Benin boys. I grew up in Benin and stuff. So I want to know what your contribution towards education would be, because we want to see an Edo where the Edo lights are reasonable. We know what we're doing. We're focused and all that. So what is your contribution going to be towards culture, tourism, and education? I mean, Edo State is a place of culture. We all know that. We know our culture.
Thank you,
We know our
thank you,
stuff.
thank you, thank you, no, sir. Thank you. Sir, question on what is your position on education, culture, tourism? Please, real quick, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so with regard to culture, culture is a unique selling point. But before let me quickly go, no, sir. You talked about compassion. I already mentioned that. I think that is one missing. That's something that's missing in the government of the day. No compassion, no empathy. They don't really get it. You know what I mean? What the people want is not important to them. That is what I bring to the table. I am about the people. So compassion, empathy, definitely my strong points. Culture, unique selling point for Edo State. So the plan is to build up the sector. But firstly, security is critical. Culture and tourism will only thrive in a secure environment. I'm not going to do tourism for where I'm not going to carry my leg go do tourism for where they will colobim me or tanek me for junction. So what I will not do, I will not expect another man to do. So we will have to fix our security architecture first, which I've already spoken to that point before we now start looking at culture and tourism. So the way to go about culture and tourism is to build a value chain. You have to grow the sector. You have to develop those areas of unique comparative advantage that we have in the sector. You have to train people. So because it's a service sector, it's a whole value chain. You have to train people in the skills that are required for that sector, from tour guides, even just tour guides alone. That's an industry by itself. I don't know if you've gone on pilgrimages before. You find out there's a whole industry, people who are trained to be tour guides, to talk about us, to guide the tourists when they come, as the name suggests. Hotels, recreational centers, all of those things. Government would have to be a player in the sector. Government would have to invest in the sector, and they can pull out later. But there's no doubt that the initial outlay would have to be borne by government to a large extent. But like I said, it's a whole value chain, training people, providing opportunities for them to acquire skills in the sector, and then look for those unique selling points around the state. Look at us. I don't know if you've been to Ososo. Of course, you know Igun Street in Benin. Ososo is in Akoko Edo. I think it's more beautiful than Cape Town. So if we get security right, we can harness all of these resources or all of this potential and get people to come back to visit us again, like used to be the case. Just the whole Benin traditional system. I tell you that the rest of the country is intrigued just by the fact of our royal house that is 1,000 years old. System of primogeniture, father to son, unbroken for what, over 600 years, and the fact that we have maintained our traditional institutions, that by itself is a selling point. It is a crowd puller if we're able to harness all of that. I remain extremely proud to call myself a Benin man and a loyal subject of His Royal Majesty Omanoba Nedo. With regard to education, I mentioned the fact that I renovated a school in Ewato in Edo State. I did that because it was extremely important for me to demonstrate that top on my priority would be education, priority list. I mean, it is, and anything else would be a distant second. It is so important. Not just education. We're talking about human capital development. We have to develop our people, because it is our people that are our greatest resource. So we have to do a total revamp of our system of education. We have to look into our curricula. What are we teaching our students today? Are they able to compete with their peers in other parts of the world? So for me, education, it goes beyond brick and mortar. So you fix the brick and mortar issues. What about the soft issues? What about teacher training? You can have all the desks you want, but if there are no teachers to teach the students, it's a non-starter. So teacher training is critical. Teacher welfare is critical. Teacher remuneration is critical, because they are the ones who are they are the key personnel in this sector, the teachers. So
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, you have done enough justice, please. So I will just wrap up this set of speakers, please. Thank you, sir. You have answered that question very well. Sir, I gotta start the space afresh. He talked about education before, and please, if you know any question you have answered before, please don't ask that question also, please. So we can wrap up this question and answer right now, please. How about John? You have the space in 1 minute, please. Ask your question straight to the question, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me up here. Thank you, EmirSirdam. My name is Albert Johnson, and I'm from Akoko Edo local government. Earlier on, you mentioned about Akoko Edo being one of the oldest local government in Nigeria, and it always seems that we are being abandoned. There's no government presence in Akoko Edo. You also mentioned about Ososo earlier on, and I'm from Somorika. Similar to Ososo, there's a lot of potential out there, but so what are your plans for the people of Akoko Edo? Thank you for this. Thank you for an opportunity to ask this question.
Thank you, Albert. I'm really grateful. So as quickly as possible, I hate injustice. I cannot stand when an aberration is allowed to perpetuate itself. There's no doubt that as long as it's within my power and ability, if I am governor, first and foremost, we must create more local governments out of that area. It's just not fair. It's totally unfair, and that much I will champion to the extent that I'm able to influence the process. And then apart from that, yeah, you're right. There's just so much. I just noticed that part of the state. I have good friends from Ososo. His Royal Majesty is also a good friend of mine, the new king of Ososo, and so I tend to go there now and again, and I notice that it's just quite right about the neglect that I seem to notice that I seem to experience there. So you can be sure that Akoko Edo will be on top of my priority list with regard to ensuring that we have equitable distribution of our resources in that direction. I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me what exactly is the problem. I don't know, but there's something not quite right about the way things are. And you can be sure that we will help to boost the economy of the area. Tourism will flourish in that area. I know that for a fact. I know that the Samarica Hills that you mentioned, Samarica, there used to be a resort, or at least there was some very scenic resort in Ososo many years ago. I don't know if it's still in existence, that would attract tourists easily. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. The road network is a disaster, and I couldn't help laughing when I was driving to Igara one day on a really horrible road, and I saw road safety personnel standing there, and I was just wondering what road are they superintending? There's no road, so I guess they just added to the nightmare. So they are there fleecing bikemen and fleecing transporters on a road that is already a nightmare to even navigate. So Albert, I always give the example of Akoko Edo because I know it's the problem that we must resolve. So I thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Mr. Mike, please, in 30 seconds, your question, please. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll be giving everybody 1 minute. Okay, I'll be very brief. Ipadomo, my name is Michael Bede, President CEO Michael Powers. We into defense, security, and policy. I just want to ask this question on behalf of the private sector where I belong. If we send you anything regard the security support and project finance, will that take weeks or will it take months for you to basically respond to? Because, as an executive, you will be making executive decision, and you will agree with me that speed in itself is efficiency. Thank you.
Well, so thank you so much. I come from a world where you must be nimble, you must be quick. You cannot let the perfect be the enemy of the good. So I'm not going to wait for anything to crystallize into perfection before we start to deal with it. And I believe in ideas. I believe in the superiority of ideas. So whatever you send to us, we will look at. Anything security is music to my ears, because you know that is a real challenge for our state. Security is critical, and any solutions will be thoroughly interrogated, thoroughly reviewed, and applied where we find that is a right fit. Project finance, that is the world I come from. I've been a lawyer in that space, and I know that it is something that we are going to need plenty of. Project financing is something that we will need partners to come work with us on the various projects in the various sectors that we're looking at. So, short answer to your question, you can be sure that you will definitely have my attention, and I will be very swift in responding to any value-adding suggestions that you will bring to the table. So, where's the Kakabokoyo?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right, well, Nigeria, please, if you can do it in 30 seconds. Please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sadam. Mine is so I wouldn't want to stress the Barrister Olumide again. I don't think he has to answer my question today. I think mine is more like, first an advice, then secondly, a question I doesn't really need to answer now. First, the advice is just to buttress what Kevin has said earlier. I think what Kevin was trying to say is really pretty much of an advice. A barrister, you need to be in people's faces. You need to, and I trust you can do that. See what you did in the primary, be in people's faces. Like I heard you earlier in the space say we're going to do vlog. I was just saying, when you said, I was like, I hope in that process you pop out in places unexpected, expected. Really just need to be in people's faces so that people can be excited just the same way people were excited before Peter Obi. Now the question is really, for me, for a state election, I'm looking for specificity as much as possible. Right? I know there's tendency for everybody to say, okay, I'll do security, I'll do this, I'll do that. I really just want to say, ask this, and maybe the next time you may come on space or your manifesto, that's where I'll get the answer. I really would wish or appeal that you be specific about, you always talk about what the people need, about what you think the people need. Personally, I mean, if you ask me, I'm going to say power and infrastructure, but at least two things, and be as much as possible specific. So if, for example, you are going to say, when I become governor, 50% of Edo State or this particular city is going to have 247 electricity, so that I can hold you, like I can say, you said it specifically, rather than if I hear, okay, you said, don't worry, power will be solved and all that. So just that specificity. But I know, you are not typical politicians that have punchlines. By the time you do your survey and know what is obtainable, you can start to come to specificity. But I'm really hoping that the next time we hear from you, I'm going to ask this question again whenever I get the chance to speak to you. But I wanted to ask it now so that you can have the time to go and review. And I wanted to also ask it last so that it will also be on your mind. Things that you intend to do as specific as possible. So that's really it.
Thank you, my bro. Yeah, I do intend to be in people's faces. In fact, they go tire for me. We are going to show up. I don't intend to sit down in Benin to run a campaign. The first month, right after, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to start another tour of the state. And I call it a needs assessment tour. I'm just going to find out in greater detail what it is that people are yearning for, because these things are dynamic. Nothing is static. So what may have been an issue last year probably is not an issue this year. So definitely I will be going around. I will share my experiences with you. I'll definitely, with you guys, I'll definitely come back here at some point. Specificity. Of course, we can't drop everything on the table in one day, but I think I mentioned in the course of this interaction that take primary healthcare centers, for example. We are going to establish primary healthcare centers. No Edo person would need to go beyond a 5-minute walk. Let me not say a 5-minute drive to get to a primary healthcare center. That for me is my desire. Definitely power is, for me, first on my list is indeed power. I've been in electricity law for a while now. I understand the system, how it works, and you and I know the multiplier effect that power has on any economy. Thank goodness, state governments can generate power on their own now. So we are going to be on the lookout for investors to ensure that we have. Look at the Azura project, which, by the way, I was fortunate to be a lawyer on that project. The Azura project in Edo State. That project is taking is responsible for about 10% of all what you have on the national grid. Now that states can generate their own power, that power will be directed. That kind of power, if we have that kind of project, we'll direct the power to Edo people. So yeah, I'm happy you mentioned that some of these issues will show up in our manifesto. I promise you that will definitely be the case, and we will make specific commitment after we have done more of a deep dive, and done extensive needs assessment, so that I can come up with the kind of specificity that you require, so you can hold me to my commitment. So I hope that works.
Perfect.
We have a deal. I hope.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Olumide. Thank you, guys. We have come to the end of today's one-on-one with Olumide Akpata. We'll be having a reaction probably for the next few minutes after the space. Thank you so much, Mr. Olumide. Thank you, my fellow co-hosts, my fellow speakers, those that did not get a chance to ask him questions today. Definitely, he's going to make a commitment on when he will be back here with us. You will have this time to ask me a question again. He has done for me, he has done exceedingly well. He has gone way above his time. And I know the repercussion will now come on my head. And I know good day when they go knock me back for back. But I mean the collector. When I see my voice don't change, Abi, and because of what they tell me for back, my voice don't change. But thank you very much, sir. So I'll just give you like a minute or two to give us a parting word to esteemed people that have been here listening to you all for the past couple of hours, please. Sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Saddam. Thank you for fact-checking me. So you see, I'm not a talk line. So there's now, we have established trust. I'm extremely grateful to Violence Space, all the participants, for allowing me come in your midst today and to share with you my thoughts on a variety of subjects. It is sweet me there. I hope you well. It's an engagement that I have thoroughly enjoyed. We can't give up on Nigeria. We're not going to fit. It's not an option. I tell you this: when you think of anybody, when you try to list those when they commit and say this Nigeria matter, we're not going to agree. We're not going to let them go. Just write my name there. You will see. By the grace of God, when we get to Osadebe Avenue, call me. All this you were recorded now. You just do checklists, and I will tick all the boxes by the grace of God. So I thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the good wishes. May the good Lord bless all of us. May He reward our efforts with phenomenal success. And I hope to see those of you who can vote in Edo to come, please. And every vote counts. Every vote definitely counts. And those of you who are influencers, who have people at home in Edo State, talk to your people. We are at the cusp of change. We are at the cusp of phenomenal change in Edo State. And things are about to take a turn for the better. So let us all be part of that, part of the solution, instead of whining about the problem. And thank you, Saddam.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, people are already asking me also, how can they support your campaign? So please, if you can also provide your campaign details, also we'll be putting up on social media, post it up on your page so that people can go there and donate. Because on the obedience on this platform, I tell you, we fund candidates. We don't collect money from candidates. We give candidates money that we believe in. So please provide that on your Twitter handle. Obedience, people like my DMs that want to support your campaign, that believe in what they have heard from you tonight, and hopefully is the beginning of the process for for you. Thank you so much for honoring us tonight. We're going to see you again and again and again. Please give us your time. God bless you.
Olumide Akpata, see us we dey like things and rights. Labour Party, I will never leave your side. I will never ever, I dedicate my time.
All right, guys. Thank you very, very much. I think what we have done for today. Thank you, guys, all of you. I think we might not. Should we have a reaction? Well, in Nigeria, what do you think?
Yeah,
Pels,
maybe we can just do the 12. I think it's fine.
all right. Should we just let's take reactions from people down there. So when please you could bring up speakers. Let's have a reaction on the space. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, very quickly. I think we should apologize to. I mean, the request is overwhelming, and I know everybody wants to always speak. Please, apologies if we couldn't bring you up. Even your questions on the comment section. I'm sure sometime himself probably will come around. These people come on social media, so we'll just take reaction. 1 minute, just say what you think. It's not news submission or something. 1 minute, say what you think, and just take as many. Maybe in the next 20 minutes we can get 20 people. It's very good for us. I'm going to start from Mommy B. Mommy B came back up. Then after which we, Pairs, our co-host, official co-host for today, me. And ceremonial co-host I do today. So everybody that came to my DM is also in Madhouse. Sorry, I cannot even see my DM. So let's just quickly get reaction. 1 minute. Mommy B, go ahead.
Thank you, Women in Nigeria. I was really impressed. Obviously, some people have it and some people don't, and he has it. Very cerebral. It's second time I've heard him speak. He answered the question. He's not trying to get out of answering the question. And you can see that his questions are well thought out. The answers are well thought out. Not insensitive in any way. No, he first time on Spaces is a good showing. It's a really, really, really good showing, and I'm really hoping that people having heard him, and I'm sure he'll come back again, because you can tell that even though we're back of the shop, they're telling him he needs to leave. The man just was enjoying himself. He was in his element. And that always bodes well. Somebody who wants that engagement with the public, that is always a good sign. I can't wait to see his manifesto. I can't wait for him to come back again, and do the rounds, and so that people can hear him speak, hear, the core of who he is. I'm glad that he has said he's obedient. And I'm glad that he has clarified the mindset of Labour Party in choosing to open up the primaries to everybody, because I feel like they have chosen the right person. Thank you. I yield.
All right, thank you very much, Mommy. I totally agree with you. And this is coming. I've told people that ask me that for Edo State election, I'm very not sentimental. So yeah, you're totally on point. That was a good one. Quickly, okay, take Mr. Steve. Then also, I would like to hear from Pels as well. Then
Thank you. Because of time, thank you, everyone. Great space. I've really enjoyed myself. I just wanted to Saddam, please. I would need you to also speak to this. And thanks, Ms. Pels is here. Sarah is here. Everybody's here. So please, my thinking is what we did in 2023 as obedience, away from the party, away from Peter. I was not part of the OB campaign. I had a support group, Save Nigerian Group USA, which we used to campaign across the 36 states. Those structures are still there. Now we are focusing on Edo. My thinking, when immediately this gentleman emerged, I followed the process, and it was free, fair, and credible, guaranteed. I was there. I said, we'll do what we did for PO across the country. I've been reaching out to every obedient. Don't leave it for Edo people. Let all of us descend our weight on Edo to make sure this election is not closed. By doing so, I started my spaces again, PO Town Square, start mobilizing. And I've tweeted on this Jumbotron that obedience should, the same way we had obedience adopting local government across northern Nigeria. Come and adopt a local government. If it's too big for your group, adopt a ward. If the ward is too big for you, adopt a polling unit. What are we saying? We want canvassers in each polling unit for the candidates, for the Labour Party, and everything we've heard on space, so that people will know on the ground. To do that, we would need to work as support groups, the same structures. But somebody went in the comment section on that tweet and said, no, we shouldn't do any of this. We should just wait for the candidates. I said, how did we win a presidential election that Mahmoud Yakubu took from us? Is it by waiting and doing nothing? So, Saddam, maybe you should speak to this, because this is a very, very important part. As obedience, are we to just sit down and be waiting for Olumide to do everything? Or we should activate our support groups, get working, do our bit, and be transparent, because, of course, some people have been accused in the movement. Because I don't like to sit back. There are people on the ground. People have already started coming up to say, okay, we want to do 1 million match. Magnific News Space is starting. Are we not supposed to do that? Is that wrong? Or because of what has happened in the last 48 hours, we should all sit down and be waiting for Olu? Saddam, I'd like you to speak to this because it's important. Some persons are saying, no, let's not do anything. Let's just sit down. I say, no, we must mobilize across the world and across Nigeria and descend on Edo and take it back for Labour Party and disobedience that just left the space. What do you think, Saddam? And I'm sorry I'm diverting this, but it's important we address this here.
Sorry, EmirSirdam. Sorry, I have to come in. This
sorry.
guy is
sorry. Hold on. Sorry. So, I mean, I don't know. I think Saddam is currently busy. Quite correct. You wanted on it, but I mean, if I were to give my take, so in the obedient movement, one thing I've learned is that everybody's so. If you are one of those that feel we should start, of course, sitting down is not an option. I don't think anybody that's saying sitting down, I don't think they meant sitting down. You know, there are people that think, oh, let the candidate releases his campaign stuff and, you know, we go there. It's good. If you are someone that also wants to swing into immediate action, no game for anybody last. So, but I mean, I think this is a conversation that is not one line, one statement, just fits it all. So, but so we can get more people. I'll quickly go to, if you're on the speaker section and you intend to speak, ensure your hand is up. Let me quickly go to, okay, let me take health as well, since she was already up. Then I'll go to Dr. Barry.
Yeah, thank you, EmirSirdam. Stephen is being disingenuous. So all that's what he's saying, and some people are saying, and he was going around in circles. He told people to come into his DM so that they can start contributing money and doing stuff. And
okay.
I said, no, people should not come into his DM.
Health is well, please.
That's what is in your, that is what I responded to.
Sorry, like I mean. And both of you, in case we are still speaking, you are muted, Sha. So, but I really want us to. I just want us to get what we feel like from Olumide Akpata just blew like our mind. Okay, it blew my mind. I'm really impressed because Saddam, a lot of people that are here know. If you go to my tier, you know, like I've not. So I'm not saying it out of just being an obedient. So let's see what we think.
Well, meaning that guy did not come for interrogate. That guy came to gist. The guy was just gisting. To him, he just did gist with everybody. It was so smooth, and it was paying close attention. Saddam asked him one question. Saddam said, "Someone is asking me that Olamide," and he paused for a while and said, "Is that question directed to me? Because I know be Olamide." It was paying close attention to details. It was. I've never heard him speak this long, but it was just having fun. The dude was just having fun. It was casual to him. It was just having fun. And it was a good thing he came here, and everybody knows what is going on now. And I love the response he gave about the zoning. Very, very smart diplomatic guy. Listen to what he said when someone asked him about his deputy. Very diplomatic. He didn't answer. I'm certain he knows who it is, but he doesn't want to be a situation whereby now on top this place they go hear him. He knows what this man has it upstairs, man. So, guys, let's just for many minutes to talk about the reaction of these guys present here.
For me,
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, like a lot of the things he said, I did right. You go play as he did talk at the judge, like saying, I
Oh
won't go
yeah,
there
I was quoting him.
I won't go there exam for the space with the two. But it was quite impressive. So, Elton, well, what do you think about the outing?
Well, I was impressed with Olumide's outing, and I didn't expect anything less. I've heard him speak several times, and I believe in his candidacy. I believe in him, and I will support him 100%. Okay. But my thing about money is, let us do it the right way.
Okay, all right.
I believe in him. His outing was good. He said the right thing. He hit the right spot. Because when what's his name, Aswis Bodalo was asked about cults, he was talking about prosecuting people. There are no punishments. I'm thinking you can't criminalize everybody. You are only treating the symptoms. You are not going to the root cause of the problem. So that's one I picked up on it, because I went to both spaces and I heard both men. I heard what they said. So if I have to pick whose approach I prefer Olumide's approach.
Bam. All right. Thank you very much, Eltis. That's like a very. You don't do one comparative analysis. That's good. Pearls. Dr. Barry, I'm coming. I think I skipped Pearls. Pearls, are you here? Okay.
Well, meaning I'm actually here, but if you can just pass the mic around, because I'm driving somewhere and I'm actually on another platform. Right. So I'll be right back, okay? Thank you.
Fine. At least you know the 2% injection today. All right, Dr. Barry, please go ahead. You almost wanted. Now I make you. Clear yourself.
Well, I don't get chance. Thank you so much to contribute, ask our governor question. For me, I think, you see, you guys have not seen anything yet. If you know who Osaibovo is, that guy is a bad guy. Bad guy. He's a smart lawyer. He has
when you say bad guy.
No, listen now. When I say bad guy, he's the right man for the job. Listen, you see this guy, I was part and parcel of those who tried to drill him out of the contest. But we confirmed that he was the best person. And at that minute, we had to make people step down. We had to fight everyone to make sure he comes out when we listened to his calculation of how he was going to be governor of Edo State. Right. You see, Edo State is one state that we have to really kill the obedient spirit on. So please, whether anybody likes it or not, for me, the only thing I didn't like about what he said, he kept saying, if I become governor. Oh boy, I know say they hear me. Osaibovo, my man, my guy. It's not if, it is when you become governor. Right. So please start saying when. Okay. And so shall it be.
All right, thank you.
Obedience ready. I am ready. We are going to die there. Simple. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Barry. We live there. Quickly, I'll take switch out, then I'll come to Adamu. If you're on the speaker section and you intend to speak, I'll ensure your hand is up so we can take it. Sarah, if you like, do thumbs down, dear. Switch out, go ahead.
Hi. Okay, this space has been a very great one. In fact, I was impressed. I am impressed, and I'm sure I'll continue to be impressed. I've not heard him speak before. It's not like I supported Olumide Akpata before the primaries. I'm very loyal to Peter Obi, and as I'm loyal to Peter Obi, I'll just waiting for whoever Labour Party is going to push out for my state, Edo State. And when they did, I said, yes, work has started. And that's when we started the whole war and the whole pushback and the whole back and forth. And today, we had over almost 4,000, if not more than 4,000 were on this space today, listening to our governor. Normally, when somebody is saying one thing, the thing dry, within 30 minutes, you would also say people don't drop. But we had people stay with us till, we still had over 2,500 stay with us till he left. That means he was speaking sense. Is this man that you people want us to exchange for 150,000 shekels? Is this man you want us to exchange for how much dollars again? Is it $4,000? We Edo people know what is good for us. And we have seen that Olumide Akpata is the one that will make Edo State better for us. Edo State want better, good governance now. We know the what do you call it? Not be abomination for our own side. And I believe that when we move from one state to another, Labour Party, because all of them are having the same idea, following Abia State. Then you have Edo State. Then you have Ondo State. All of them on the same path. Oh God, though, if I speak PJ.
Before you go to election, they come today.
Okay. Make I please, if you are yet to change your mind, please change your mind. Yeah. God bless you now.
All right,
bye.
Thank you very much, Adamu. After Adamu, I'll come to Ariwach.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I had network issues, so I couldn't really ask Mr. Olumide Akpata my question. But in overall, it was amazing. It was nice. He's been able to, say what they want to do for Edo people. And I want to use this opportunity to tell our people that everybody is suffering from bad governance. If you look at the Edo State 2024 budget as approved by the State House of Assembly, Obaseki is going to be spending a whopping sum of 18.9 billion naira as his expenditure that is on that he can just spend 18.9. Then he's going to spend about 245 million naira on running personnel costs in his office. In total, the state governor is going to spend a whopping sum of 23 billion to run his office. The deputy governor is going to spend about 300 million to run his office. The SSG is going to spend about 13.5 billion to run his office. The State House of Assembly would use 26 billion to run the State House of Assembly. So in total, I just want to round up, please. In total, you see that we are using over 60 billion just to run 2 arms of government, like just a fraction of 2 arms of government. And today, Obaseki will tell you there are bad roads, the state is broke, there's no money to fix the hospitals and all of that. But it's using more than 60 billion to service government functionaries in the state. See, but when the campaign come fully, let them book appointment in channels, whatever, Arise or ITV, EBS. So I challenge all the children of roasted corn, all the children of Bot Mikano, let them book an appointment and we will challenge them to the development indices in Edo State and why Olumide Akpata is the best candidate come September. Thank you very much.
Bon, correct. All right, quickly go straight to Arewachi. After Arewachi, Sarah, I'll come to you. Before you go, use thumbs down, King.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited. Like, I don't know, good evening, all protocols duly observed. Aside the fact that I enjoy violence space, I think this is one of my best space, aside the one of Peter Obi. Like, the man just made selling him very, very easy. There is something about all he said. It's not about all he has said, but the way he said it, the genuineness, the confidence in the way he was able to, pass this message. You can't but feel it. When person they talk, they feel goosebumps. When person they talk, that they rise. That was how I was feeling. Like, I had to ask Saddam. I said, Saddam, you sure say you no put sugar for this space today because it's too sweet. The man made selling him very, very, very easy. My people, it's time for us to roll up our sleeves and get to work. We are officially all Edo-lites. That's the truth. Please, nobody should come and tell me I am not from Edo and I should keep my mouth where my money is, or I should not put my mouth in Edo politics. I am an Edo-lite. We'll carry this matter like Carla. Thank you very much.
Now that you said it, I'll give you a Benin name. Your Benin name is Osatu Ame. Thank you.
I
All
don't
right.
get name I don't get name before. Isima Home is my name.
You're not going to get to see these people.
Make you know, say I even
Sarah.
sabi pronounce them well.
All right. Sarah, maybe you take that as well. Since
No, please. I have name already. Arewa Chick knows my Benin name now.
you
Arewa
always see
Chick
this name.
tell
No
them.
one have to do naming ceremony.
Yes, so Robo. Robo for short. Is Sarah own. So what meaning you are too late giving these names?
You are too late, Robin. All right, hi everyone. Yeah, good evening once again. So I just wanted to reiterate here some of the things that His Excellency stated while he was speaking. You see, there is a difference between facts and there's a difference between facts and lies, right? And there's nothing like your truth and my truth. There's no two ways to truth. There's only truth. Truth is only truth. It's only the truth, not your truth or my truth. It is truth. It is one. So if we want to start talking about most of these candidates, I think we need to keep our facts right. A whole lot of people have gone out there, this PDP or APC people, Olumide gave $1,000. That is why your candidates in LP did this or did that. He gave people money. That's like, and annoyingly, all these false statements are coming for people that we thought were our own. But moving on, Olumide, as His Excellency has actually come out to state categorically. Like, do you guys know what $1,000 is? Okay, at the election, right? 316 people voted for Olumide Akpata. Now you're saying he gave each and every one of them $1,000 to vote. That is 1,000 times 316. That's $316,000. And when we had our primaries, the naira was give or take, I think about 8,800 or 8,900. I think it was even 2,000. Okay, let's say 1,800. Let's say 1,800 to $1. So you're saying you're saying that he gave 569 about 569 million naira to get the delegates. And I mean, most of these people have come out to even what I tell people is governance is not difficult. Just show people that you're for them. That is all. Show people you're for them. Rather than you running around trying to see who you want to give money to, trying to see how you can steal a movement, trying to see if you can pay money to one person or the other. Just be there for the people. When people see you as part of them, when people see you as one of them, people would actually take you as their own. They'll take you as, oh, this person is my brother, this person is my sister. You're running an election. They're having ward meetings. You're not attending your ward meetings. You're busy running around looking for one person or the other to give money to. Attend your ward meetings, sit down there to speak to your elderly people, know their needs. Assist them for their local government elections. Just these are the minor things you do, and they'll take you as their own. So when you come out and you start spreading rumors that, oh, this person gave $1,000, you know what it gave to each delegate. You're not even saying, oh, he called 10 people and gave them $1,000, or he called 20 people and gave them money, or he called a group of people and gave them money. Like some certain people are doing. You're saying he gave 316 people. Come on.
Don't worry, I did not believe it because you're not sure for your body. So anyway, let's quickly go.
So I think we need to all realize that we are on a path. Yes, we're on a path to actually get Edo State, and we should get Edo State. We are going to get Edo State because Edo State, as we have called it, is the headquarters of the obedient movement, and it is only right and just for the obedient movement to actually win that governorship seat. So if we actually want to take it, it depends on you and I. It is not my fight, it is not your fight, it is everybody's fight because it is not one person's fight. So we should all be ready to put everything together to get it.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Back to you, Dominic.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah. That was actually apt. Okay, quickly, I'll take Savik, after which I'll take Comrade Solomon.
Thank you so much, Weminin, and every single person. If His Excellency is still listening, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence this evening. Weminin, I think Olumide is a very smart person. You know, that's actually how he came across. He's very smart. He's very articulate. He's very empathetic, and he has this leadership quality where you glue to every single word that he's saying. He's not using very advanced word to communicate. He's communicating with the language that every single one can understand, and that's one of the things you look at in good leaders. And that's one of the qualities that P2B has. He's speaking, and you glue to him, and you will listen to every single thing that he's saying. So that quality Olumide has it, and he seems to me as someone that is very grassrooted. He understands the language that he can speak to the people, and the people will understand. So listening to him, and I think Swiss Child made that comment. Someone has been on the space for 3 good hours, and you still had the same number of people that were listening to him from the beginning, ended the same, listening to him. So that's what you need when someone is communicating and people actually listening to what he's communicating. That's exactly what you look out for. So it was a very great show for him. Smart, articulate, he laid down the plan on what he wants to do. I think Labour Party actually made a very smart choice by bringing him, right? And then how he dissected this zoning of a thing, his smartness, he laid it to bear. All I can say is that every single one of us, that whether we are called obedient, from somewhere else, I know where I'm just rounding up, from in every part of Nigeria, we are all Edolites now. Pitching, however you can contribute, we cannot afford to miss Edo State. Edo is the sanctuary of the obedient movement, and Olumide Akpata has to be the next governor of Edo State. He had a very great showing. Let him keep it up. Let him continue engaging. I think he's on his way to the Sadebe Avenue. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Steve. I actually agree. I actually had to reach out to Saddam, like early into the space, to say, Saddam, tell him everything he's saying is being recorded, and that he should count his words very carefully, because I didn't want him to make the mistake of just, sounding nice. And even after that, towards the end of the space, you notice he reminded again that, say you are recording it, they are recording it. It's still in your mind. So all this talk, it was being recorded. And that's very, very crucial. The Abia State people, get ready. Get ready. The do is coming for you. All right, quickly, let's go straight to Otumba. Comrade Solomon. Mr. Steve, don't worry, I see you. I'll come to you for a round of time.
I agree the also protocols observed. Say before now, they go say if we talk Olumide matter, they go say una dey on salary, they pay una monthly, they pay una dey on payroll. At least this house now, we don't feel am say the man, and so he just stay there. So when he talk to us, first time, second time, third time, and as in they talk am, now so in they do am. So now make we for Edo State, we can't give am the promise keeper. Now be in botanical name for Edo State. If you just check Google now, the promise keeper, maybe we just display Oludi. So that one on one side. On the other side, we say like today now we do meeting. Part of him promise. Before, if we did do meeting for like all those words, they rent chairs, So then I go carry chairs for secretariat, Oludi chairs. I use and do meeting. Everybody's here, everybody enjoy, we're happy. If they don't mindset, say not be as they be before. Say one thing or the other, say, give them the hope. I get one thing when we say our guy Steve the project yesterday, say this one now not be matter of say everybody will just say rev the matter. No. A good make we come together, make we plan this thing where we will do highly coordinated. In contact the thing yesterday as obedient adopt a ward or obedient adopt a local government, so that when particular set of obedience say, okay, this word, we focus on this word because politics is local. When we say this particular set of persons adopt this word, we know see this particular set of persons strictly this word, they work with this word, they will engage them directly. So in fact, this particular election we got to take them very, very serious, and it has to be highly coordinated. I know say Oludi on the own side, in get all Jansen and so, and that one are sure. And in they work with directly people when be say they're on ground, and people when know say get something to offer. They listen to political talk.
All right.
Whether not from national, not from state, they listen. In as much as you have the capacity to deliver, and you know that you are the right person for that job, he will give you the job, irrespective of sentiment. That's
All
one
right.
thing of Olumide. So he's a promise keeper. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Solomon. Say promise keeper. I think I like that name. You guys should make that name, Steve. For me, I really think the biggest thing